All right.
Are we live?
Yeah, we live. Let's
Green
see.
Acres is the
Michigan.
place to be.
You know what?
Oh,
You would be the perfect picture with that long beard and you standing up there playing that banjo out on a country
That's
road
my first
in,
song. I'm gonna play Green Acres.
in bibs,
yeah.
overalls, and barefooted.
Well, I don't have any. I don't have any bibs, so
Well, what size you wear, I'll send you a pair.
I'm an odd shape. That's why I don't wear bibs.
Dude, you
I
can
either
get
have to
no
get them longer, or because my body's longer than the rest of me.
believe it or not, my legs are shorter than the rest of me.
I'm a good. That's what makes a good swimmer, though. The
What, your leg?
the long torso,
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
And I've got
All
broad shoulders.
right. I want to say hello to Grace Johnson, Vester, B. Charming, and Robert. Be on your good behavior. I'm going to put you in timeout if you don't. Chris, Susie D. And let me
Here comes the
see.
popo.
As long as he's knocking on the next one's door. Oh, I want to say hello to Donna D. And I want to wish and hope everyone had a good Valentine's Day today.
Is that what the
And
table?
well, no, today is really hump day. See, I got you.
Which is Valentine's Day.
Hey,
Oh, damn.
Hey,
I just had a wicked thought go through my mind. No.
huh?
Hello, Camo, Carl. Valentine's Day and Hump Day they go good together.
Robert, I haven't even looked at YouTube yet. I was just getting home like a little bit ago. That's why I'm running behind on so much stuff. Whenever I
Hmm.
put out videos and stuff, I'm usually doing that at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, and then scheduling for the next day.
Yeah. Now,
It's
folks,
also
go
Ash
ahead.
Wednesday.
Ash Wednesday, really?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
today is
Forget about
also
that
Ash
one.
Wednesday. 6 weeks, symbolizing the start of the 6 weeks before Easter.
That means Palm Sunday, or Sunday was Palm Sunday.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, is that's what they burn the palms for the ashes for, Ash Wednesday.
I'm sitting here looking on my calendar and I don't see it. Then again, this calendar I got's a planner calendar, you know, like that.
It's starting back to warm up a little bit. I looked at the 14-day forecast, and that's still just a forecast. Anything can happen, but it's only like one day. I think it gets down to like 34 or 32.
And that you said 14-day forecast.
Yeah,
I saw
but
the
we
weather.
always get. Sometimes we can get like a freeze right before or right around Easter though.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I'm trying to remember because I saw the 32 on the 7-day forecast this week. And I can't remember what day it was. I want to say it was either Friday or Saturday. I may be wrong.
Like this coming Sunday night for us.
That's our highs. It's in the 30s.
Wow.
And darn. But
So
now you think about it, this is February the 14th, and we got strawberry picking season coming up. What, next month? Month after April, March, April.
we'll get me some. Ain't
And I'm already looking at some jam videos. And yes, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to make my famous ballistic jelly again this year. My jalapeno. Now, I know what I done wrong last time. I'm not doing it again this time. And then I got to looking. There is blackberry and jalapeno jam. I got to sitting there thinking, that's some wicked stuff. That's got to be good.
oh yeah. I love blackberries.
Yeah, it was, what was it? 3 pounds of blackberries? No, 5 pounds, 5 cups of blackberries. And it was something like 2 jalapenos chopped up, you know. And if you want it hot, leave the seeds and the, what do you call it? The vein in there. Leave that in there. It'll be good. But I like the taste. I don't like the heat to where you got a flamethrower every time you breathe.
Mm.
Hey, Susie D.
Good
That'd be some
evening.
good stuff.
It's got to be. But then I got to thinking about strawberry and peach jam. I wonder how that would taste.
If you find it, let me know. I want to know.
Well, I haven't found it. I don't think nobody's done it yet, but
Yeah.
somebody,
a-
there's always a first.
I did a peach brandy
Mm.
jam one time.
That sounds
Yeah,
good.
Ooh,
there
Good
was
stuff.
what was it? A blackberry brandy something jam. I'd have to go back through and look at it. But that I do want to try.
or you know, when you grill them, but smoke the peaches. Oh,
Oh yeah, that
and turn
enhances
them
the
into a
flavor.
jam. You get that
Yeah.
smoke flavor to it. Oh man, that's good stuff.
Whole nother level.
Yeah.
Well, now the peach jam that I saw did it with the what was it? The peelings from the peach, not the
Yeah,
peaches.
you
Like
you
that.
leave them on there because once they get a heat to them, that peeling comes right off anyway.
Where am I at? History. I was on the wrong one. I'm sitting here trying to find out that blackberry bourbon. It was another one. No, I'm wrong. Blueberry bourbon jalapeno pepper jelly.
Oh
Hey.
yeah.
I try that the same.
Yeah, hey, you can always try.
I think
it.
I
If you
got
don't
that
like it,
in
give
the
it to somebody else.
Amish book that I had last year. I have to remember where that's at. Here, get up, cat.
Yeah. And here's another one I watched, homemade peach jelly from the peelings.
Mm.
You know, strawberry jalapeno. That's the one I want to try.
We should have a pretty good peach season this year.
If y'all do have some good peaches this year, how about letting me know?
Oh, I will. You're gonna be the first one to find out.
Salting, smoking, and
But,
pickling.
But you see, the
Anything.
bad thing about me, if they come straight off the tree, dude, I can sit there and eat a whole damn case by myself before I even know I ate the case.
I'm probably about from where I live. I'm probably about 25 minutes away to where it just opens up into nothing but orchards and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
Man, I'm gonna have to come pay you a visit this year if y'all got some good peaches coming out.
I used to well at one time when I was a kid I picked peaches and before they had that machine that goes over and shakes them and stuff
Yeah.
yeah.
where you actually had to go up and pick them.
Robert, I'm in my dining room. That's where I always broadcast from. Well, now, we went to Daytona around the 4th in July down there. And we went to an orchard. And I think Daddy ended up getting 5, maybe 6 cases of peaches. And no, oranges, excuse me. He got 5 or 6 cases of oranges and about 2 or 3 cases of peaches. Dude, before we got back home from Daytona to the center of the state of North Carolina, I done ate one whole damn case of oranges and a half a case of peaches.
Mm.
And I
That
could
was
not
some good stuff.
put the blame on my brother. We was in the station wagon and I was in the back of the station wagon. My brother was in the back seat. So, you know.
And they got some good stuff in this book.
Oh,
Tells you how to dry out all your herbs and stuff.
Mhm.
How to make
Now,
the condiments.
I took my trash off today, and they got a little building out there where you can go, you know, where people deposit stuff that they don't want, you know, like clothes, toys, a little bit of furniture.
Yeah.
And I found this. I mean, it was just laying there, perfect as you please.
Holiday season cookbook.
Yeah.
What
And
year did that come out?
I tried to look in it. There is no date in there at all. Front to back cover.
That's a 70s book there.
I'll go that. I'd say 70s because some of the recipes.
Here's what I'm
in
gonna
there-
be doing this year.
Beet ketchup.
Yep.
Have you ever done that?
Nope.
I wonder what it tastes like.
I don't know. I'm find out. Hopefully it's good.
Yeah, let me know.
Because it's only 2 pounds of beets, so that's not that bad.
That ain't many, not really.
It's
No.
a lot of ketchup.
And this is healthy recipes. It's not, you know, putting a bunch of sugar. It's actually what I use is coconut sugar because it's better for you.
Hmm.
And it's all natural ingredients. It's not a bunch of flavoring and stuff.
I have to look into that coconut sugar.
It's expensive now. I got a bunch of it when it was before it got expensive.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So,
Opie, there's not one on the back. I've looked. I'm looking now.
keep a couple different type of oils. I like coconut oil, so I can imagine the difference in coconut sugar.
Yeah, coconut oil is probably pretty cheap. Or I wouldn't say cheap, but
Cheaper of the selection.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, this book here, I've done a lot of recipes out of this thing. Natural
Yeah.
sweetened food in jars. It's
Yeah.
basically, you know,
Good evening,
jellies
Bonnie,
and jams and stuff like that.
and welcome to the show. But
Yeah, I try to keep my eye out for books or literature and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
In the screen book.
I like that. I
Oh,
can
where'd
tell
it
you
go?
what color that book is. I bet that book's green, ain't it?
Yeah, but preserving and that kind of stuff.
I think I'm gonna try to get back into some canning this year. I haven't really been doing no canning in a couple of years. You know, everything I've got is starting to go low now. And me and the wife, we went to a Food Line a couple of days ago. And I know it's a bad time of the year, but the green beans they had, the way it looked, you had to grab two handfuls to make a good mess out of it. That's how bad they looked.
Well, I don't know if you watched True Grit today or not.
Mm-mm.
No,
I know he's got a new one out, but I have not seen it.
talking about putting a new raised bed all the way to the end of his garden area. He's just going to have tomatoes in there, and
Good Lord.
which the same thing I thought. What I'm going to do this year is instead of making spaghetti sauce, I'll be making
Pasta sauce and so forth.
no, I'll can whole tomatoes.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gives you
I
the
got
option to
some.
do what you want.
Are you gonna peel them or leave them whole? Leave the peelings on when you can.
I'll peel them.
Okay. But
And because it's pretty easy to do that. Just make an X on the bottom, and then you dump them in the hot water, and then dump them in cold water, and peel them right off.
it takes what, about 2 minutes to peel one like that?
Oh no, not even that.
Well,
Just go like this and take the peeling off.
yeah. Well, now, y'all got to admit, y'all got to remember one thing. I never seen nobody do no canning in my family. All right. 2017, 2018 is when I got the idea I wanted to learn how to can. And 2019, when everything started happening, it was now or never. So I started watching videos and started asking people this and that and so forth. And the first time I ever canned tomatoes, I did not know you're not supposed to add no juice to it. Okay. And I think my first batch, I added, pure tap water. Now I'm on well.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Well,
like I said,
you got well water though.
right. I got well water. I don't have city water.
Yeah.
But
You don't do city water for anything if you're
hell no.
you're canning.
But then I got to looking at other videos and everything. Come find out you don't add nothing to it. The tomatoes makes its own juice, period. And I took after I canned that and let it sit up for a while, I opened up my first jar, the one I added water to it. Then I opened up the second jar like it. Dude, the first jar I opened up, I kind of tossed it. Well, yeah, in matter of speaking. But you learn as you go, and y'all got to remember, nobody's never really showed me how to do nothing. I've had to learn this on my own.
That's the best way to learn.
Yeah, it is.
Tomatoes are 95% water.
Yeah,
I never, I just do it. And if I screw it up, I know you don't do it that way again.
Exactly. Exactly.
And that's
And,
anything you do.
but thank God for YouTube. I'll give you that. People, you can learn a lot from YouTube. Really, you just got to know what you're looking for.
Yeah, you can
And
learn a lot of bad stuff on YouTube too.
well, that's true. Okay. Now it's like I told you a while back ago. When I'm doing something for the first time, I'll go through. It take me 2-3 days, maybe a week, of looking at videos and so forth. And then I'll start narrowing them down, and the ones I think would be the best, I'll try 'em. And normally it works out pretty good like that. And that's
Usually,
how,
you can tell the people that, because there are some that will can stuff, and you're kind of like, and they never
yeah,
taste it. You never see them cooking with it or nothing.
exactly.
And then there's people who will actually open it up, taste it. Oh, that's good. They make meals with it and stuff like that.
Yep.
There's a difference right there between the two.
Well, see, I think the first person that I started watching on Canon was TJ. I started watching her. And then I started watching Needy Homesteader. Now, don't get me wrong. Needy Homesteader, in my opinion, is off the hook. She's good. And then, I mean, there is 2 or 3 more. I watch Appalachian, not with Petra. There's another one, Appalachian. But what my roots go into the mountains. Okay. That's the food I'm used to eating that I grew up with. And I kind of want to stay with that theme. And there's a couple of good ones that I really do watch. And I hate to say it, but I can't think of the name of them. But
Way to give shout outs there, Jeff.
It's like totally random, but it's kind of with the topic. The Survival Seed Challenge 2024, the playlist. I can't remember the guy's whole name. I think his name's The Bull.
Oh yeah, I think he's in Georgia too.
It caught my attention because I was watching a couple of his videos and he had bamboo, and I said, "Boom! I've been trying to figure out what to do with all this bamboo that's just randomly growing that people just want to get rid of."
Oh
Boom!
man,
Get that, split it up, make you a trellis system.
there's so much. That's what I use for mine.
And I'm
I
like,
just get wire ties and tie it together and make cones, arches, and all kinds
free.
of stuff.
It just takes my labor to get it. People want this stuff going, and it's everywhere around here.
Yeah,
I'll tell you something else.
I have to buy it up here.
You can also make bamboo furniture, chairs, lawn chairs, like that right there. And that right there sells big time.
Oh, I bet.
I'm sitting here trying to find it.
Yeah. I said, yep. I watched this video and I said, yep, that gave me an idea right there.
Yep. And you can also do it out of PVC. But
that's
90%,
expensive.
Yeah, it is. But 90% of the time, if you see a bamboo in somebody's yard, they want it gone. The chances would be real good to go talk to them. Man, take all you can get, like that.
Oh, yeah. I don't mind asking the people. They say no, on to the next one.
Exactly. Don't take for granted that it's free, because you can get into a lot of trouble.
I'm going to have 100% approval before, I got all the tools to do it. They ain't got to do nothing. Just say go.
Well, now that's like me. When I go fishing or something like that, I'm going to get permission. I'm going to get written permission that I can fish that pond, like that. In case a neighbor comes up, hey, you get permission
Yeah.
or something like that,
Mhm.
because believe it or not, neighbors, they do help neighbors out. Not, oh, didn't you know it? You asshole.
Hello. Reach Papa John's. How may we help you?
Nut house, head nut speaking.
That's like we wire up on jobs and they'll have the roll off bin, Once it's in the roll off bin, it's fair game. Well, it'll be. I've collected. I don't know how many feet of the PEX. Was it PEX pipe?
Okay.
The blue and the red pipe.
Yeah.
And I said, well, heck, I mean, to think of the uses for that, you could put it over your raised bed or whatever. Have you put you some plastic? Have you like a little greenhouse? So many uses for that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you a mist system going in there?
Yeah, I just got to buy a couple couplings, and I'm in the game.
That's it.
Do you have the tool? What? Do you have the tool?
Crimping tool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for that particular application, no. But if I had to get something like that, I mean, that's an investment. I'm okay with that at that point.
Yeah, the actual stuff is not that expensive. Dang tool is expensive.
I know. That's where they get you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I consider it an investment into the garden.
Now, Bushcraft, have you been up on Temu here lately and seen the greenhouse that they got?
Temu.
I don't care what you call it. You pronounce it your way. I pronounce it my way.
Well, I thought it was Temu, and then I seen a commercial, and they were like Temu.
Yeah.
I'm like, oops. I always thought it was Temu.
But they've got. I mean, it's not the plastic. It's like the PVC and the thing you snap it together with. But I'm looking at that and I say, now if I bought 2 of them, I can have an extended one. Which would end up being pretty good. And I am seriously thinking about come payday buying me 2.
Make sure you look at the measurements first, because
yeah.
Of course, it was only $1, but
neck knife. That right there can come in handy.
A K-bar. I was like, oh, for $1, I'm gonna get that, and it's in a little bitty thing. That was my fault for not reading the measurements on it.
Bushcraft.
For $1.
I was told to tell you something. Bonnie says she would not know how to say it either.
What?
Temu.
Temu.
Oh.
Temu, Tomu, Temu.
Temu.
True move.
You got a glass of wine to hold up when you say that like that.
No, you gotta hold your pinky up.
Temu.
Temu Esquire. Now, was this like an indoor unit or something you have outside that you was talking about ordering?
Outside.
What you want, huh?
It's something like 40 pieces. But you've got, I'm looking, 40 pieces. Shit, it could be what, 8 foot long.
Well, that's the thing. You have to look at the
Yeah.
dimensions because it could be a little bitty box about that big with 40 pieces in it.
I'm not going to deny that.
What would you
Let
think
me-
about making like if you had like a raised bed and using like some old wooden glass frames like a greenhouse? What do you think about that?
I would
Well,
probably use not glass, but the plexiglass, like that right there. to
well,
go through.
eventually, if my son gets off from being deployed and makes it back to Ohio for a visit or something, hopefully get his car out of here. And where it sits, I'm going to be building a small greenhouse there with skids.
I'm
Because
going through, looking
you
at it.
drive post down in there and you slide the skids on top of it, or the pallets, whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
and then angle the top and have the top piece up there and just cover it with plastic.
Let me tell you something. It ain't on there now.
Yeah. Especially if you got access to pallets, there's so much you can do with them.
Oh yeah. Waiting for the good pallets or in the good. There's a company not too far down the road, well in town, that they get engine parts and stuff, and it's in crates. And those are the good things to snag up. That's
That
Yes,
or
sir.
that's what I use for my beds. And then hell, if they only last 3 or 4 years, it's free. Who
yeah,
cares?
you
I'll
got
get
your
another
use out
one
of it.
and fill it up with dirt and do it again.
Oh, shut up. Not use my phone.
Or if you got
Yeah.
any electrical supply houses near you, I know we deal with a lot. They carry those heavy good pallets,
Yeah,
spool of wire.
yeah. Those are actually good for slicing them in half. Well, from the top down.
And the spools, the wooden spools, if you can get a hold of any of those are good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The spools, because you cut the end off, and then that little section in the middle. It's good for a raised bed, and it
Mhm.
looks nice too.
You know what I seen at Lowe's the other day? I had these. They were advertising it as used Jack Daniels barrels cut in half for gardening.
Oh man, I'd get all I could of those.
I forget how much they were priced at.
They
It was
used
a
to be
little bit more than
$100.
what I wanted to pay for one.
Yeah, they used to be $100. I don't know what they'd be now.
I don't know. I walked away pretty quick though, but I thought it was pretty cool. If they were actually what they were advertised to be.
Yeah, and they'll last because the inside of the barrels are burnt.
Oh yeah.
They actually burn the inside.
Let me do something.
Yeah, they had a lot of different things as far as gardening goes there that they haven't had there before that I've seen. Different plants. I think they had like 6 different varieties of seed potatoes there.
Well,
You want to say hi? Say hi.
I growed up on pintos, cornbread, and potatoes. That's about all I've ate coming up. And now I still love the pintos and the cornbread, but certain types of potatoes that I eat tears my stomach all to pieces.
Mm.
And the red potatoes, it seems like they are the easiest on my stomach.
Well, it depends. Some potatoes are for, mashed potatoes, and some
Right.
are for bacon, and some are for frying. Like the white ones they have a lot of starch in them.
That's the ones that you see at the store. The
Yeah.
starch is what tears me up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have to soak them. And it's just like a lot of the beans and stuff. Whenever you cut them up and you put them in a bowl or a pan, you have to rinse them and soak them to where it's clear. If it's cloudy, that's the starch. It's in the potatoes.
Right.
So before you
Well,
start
now,
cooking, make sure all the starch is out of it.
you and Blake got talking about something the other day. I never heard of it. I never knew. What is it? Kidney beans?
Yeah.
Now, I may be mistaken, but kidney beans, if you soak them, you have to rinse them because it could be toxic.
No, they are
Oh,
toxic.
Yeah, you
okay.
don't want to cook in
Not
the
good.
juices.
They
You want to
are.
rinse them.
Yeah, raw.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm just wondering how many other people knew that because I sure didn't.
I haven't bought. I don't buy them from the store. If I'm gonna eat a kidney bean, I have to grow them, or I have to know somebody that's growing them, because anything that you put in the soil or you spray, kidney beans absorb all that stuff. And if anything's sprayed, 7
Right.
dust on it or anything, it soaks that stuff up.
That's why they're called a
And
kidney bean. They
Well,
absorb everything.
now I got a couple of 1 pound bag of kidney beans, which I canned. Okay. And I canned them up. And now I'm sitting here thinking, do I need to pop top on them things and throw them out or what?
you
Now I'm gonna say
you cook
this
them,
right
they're fine. It's raw that you have to. Now, if you was to cook them up and they were crunchy, like they're not.
cooked all the way through. Right.
Yeah, then that you'd have issues. And it's like, if you eat black licorice, too much black licorice, you can actually die from it.
Do you know I don't eat black licorice for the simple fact is I don't like it.
Well, there's some people do. There's been people who would ate too much and died. Um,
Mm.
I'm not a
it's
fan of licorice. I don't know. It's just too chewy. I don't know.
there are a lot of different
I'm
things that,
not.
even stuff that we eat. If you eat almonds, if you eat too many almonds, it's
Yeah.
bad for you.
What is it? Almonds? I did not know you're supposed to soak them either before you eat them.
Man, you got to do that or like toast them or roast them, cook
Yeah.
them, or some type of.
I mean, but the only red kidney beans I've ever ate I was out of a can, but I washed them, I rinsed them off. Then I put them in a pot.
That was they're already
It don't make no
already
difference.
cooked in a can.
Yeah, I've definitely never grown any.
But I am going to try this year in growing some beans. I don't know how successful I'm going to be, or if I will be successful at all.
Well, like the main reason of this collaboration is growing the seeds that you get from the vineyard chicks, and harvesting the seeds, and that way you have the seeds again for the next year.
Seasonal.
That way you know how to collect the seeds and everything. Oh, I don't have it down here no more. But that one seed company that I still trying to get a hold of, they actually on the back of it they tell you on all their packets how to harvest the seeds from the plants that you grow,
Okay.
which is good information.
Yeah.
And most places won't tell you that because they want your business.
Hmm.
You telling me that makes me want to look them up even more.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
good to know.
Yeah, if I don't hear 'em by them Friday, I'm just gonna call them up, see if I can get a hold of somebody.
good luck.
Actually, talk to a human instead
Yeah.
of doing the
That's real.
email thing, because it takes forever to get back from somebody. You know.
Definitely.
We got, like I said, we got pecans or pecans, however you want to pronounce it. We've got black walnuts and we got persimmons here in my yard. And I've noticed in this area down here, man, my God, I've never seen so many persimmon trees in my life.
Oh,
I mean, they on side the road.
so you're full of nuts.
Oh man, yeah. I hate to admit it, but yeah, I'm full of them.
Forget it's two. I guess you could say two main varieties or two only varieties of the pecans. You got it's the long ones, and then you got the shorter variety. Um,
Right.
there's a place one county down. They'll buy. You go there, they'll buy all the pecans you want. Of course, if you already shell them, they'll give you more. But if you just bring them up there,
Yeah. Well, I think what is it? A pound of pecans. What, close to $6 now?
Hmm.
Unshelled.
Probably more than that. Unless you go to the, the place that grows them.
Well, I can't think of any place remotely close by that's got an orchard of pecan trees around here.
we got them here.
Yeah, you got to go more west.
Hmm.
It's a dry nut.
Good God Almighty. Opie says in New York, pecans are like $14 a pound.
Shelled.
Yeah,
It's
they're
at that price.
expensive.
It don't. Dang.
Well, I'll drive the truck if y'all want to shell the nuts, take up there to sell them.
Yeah, Bonnie probably get them pretty good, because I know Oklahoma. There's a good orchard up there that has different varieties.
Okay.
Man, there's so many around here. If you got a good neighbor, you got some pecans.
What I would like to lay my hands on, and I can't say the word that I grew up with. What is it? Chestnuts? I think that's it.
Chestnuts.
You sure?
Hey, they got
Well,
the
you are up north, so yeah.
Roasted
hey, they
over an
got
open fire.
the sticky outer layer on it that you have to break open, and there's something like 3 nuts on the inside of them.
No, chestnuts. You put a little X at the bottom of them before you roast them. If not, they'll splatter all over the place.
Well, now the ones I'm thinking about,
that's up north though. That's where chestnuts come from, is mainly up
Yeah.
north.
If
They're
I had chestnuts, I didn't know that I was having them. I didn't know.
Well, now the ones I'm thinking about is kind of like the outer shell. It's like real thorny. You don't want to step on them barefooted.
oh,
Call those sand spurs.
They some big damn spurs is all I know. Because I found a tree by accident. I was cutting through somebody's backyard barefooted. Trust me, I stopped dead in my tracks.
they're usually like green
Yeah,
on the outside. Yeah.
man, them things are hard too. I believe you could throw
I
them and
know what you're
stick
talking about.
Are they walnut?
Brazil nuts.
No.
Al Bundy, that's what the toe is what I
Be
rode up
careful,
with.
Jeff.
Yeah, I know.
I know what
You've
you're
heard me
talking about.
call.
Those are Brazilian nuts.
Okay. That may be what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Brazil.
And that's what I always thought they were called. That's what I always heard them being called. I never knew they were Brazilian nuts.
Well, now, Bushcraft, you might remember this name coming up. There used to be a type of sap, okay, that your grandparents and your parents would go in the store and ask for it by a certain name. And I'm not going to, I mean, I don't even like to hear that word, period. Okay. But y'all know what I'm talking about because you're sitting up there grinning and laughing, trying seeing me sweat up here. But there was a certain type of salve that they would walk in the store and ask for. And I'm gonna tell you what, you get a cut or something like
And
that
it
right
is
there.
look down.
Yeah. You put that salve on there and it worked. Yes, that's them.
Yeah, that's a chestnut.
Okay.
What I thought.
That wasn't what I was thinking about.
You running barefooted through the woods or through somebody's backyard, you're gonna find them trees. And you will make a dead stop. I could sit there and look, brown paper bag that you used to get from the grocery store. Okay. Daddy was a cook at a let's say like a Ramada Inn or something like that. And the woman that lived behind the store walked up there and gave Daddy a bag of them like that. 2 days they were gone.
Yeah, you got to roast them.
Roast them, Bill. I ate them raw.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I ate them damn things raw. I
I just
cracked
looked.
them open and peeled them and started chewing on them.
They
Bonnie,
said
I'm saying boat. Now, Bonnie, I have no idea when you say monkey blood.
Well, you got lucky there, Jeff, because it's actually really bad for you to eat them raw.
Are
you're
you for
immune.
real?
They have a tannic acid, which causes stomach irritation, nausea, liver damage, liver disease, and kidney problems from eating them raw.
Dude, I ate damn near a whole bag of them by myself.
Yeah, because usually, like I said, you carve an X on the bottom of them, and then you roast them.
I never knew. Hell, I never knew that.
Let me see if I can find the video.
It said, I looked it
Well,
up, was
no,
just curious
now,
about it. And it said before 1900, the American chestnut made up over a quarter of the forests and trees in the Appalachian Trail.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, hmm. Wow.
Investor says everyone around there eats them raw.
Oh, I'm just going what what it says on there.
Guess that's why they were so common. Made up a quarter of the Appalachian Trail.
Well, now there was another tree up there, not spearmint tree, but another tree that you can go up there and pop a twig off of it and just start chewing on it, and it had a mini taste to it. So, what was it, sassafras? That may have been it.
If you're around
But
sassafras or you hit a root, you can smell it.
Yeah, the root is what you eat on a sassafras. Well, you don't eat
yeah,
it; you use it for teas and stuff,
Yeah,
I ate the
sassafras tea.
damn twig. I ate the
barbecue and
twig
syrup
off
and
of it.
stuff. Um,
Really, you can make flour out of chestnuts.
yeah,
Chestnut
Okay.
flavor. Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah.
dang it, I can't remember that channel. I always forget the channel.
You know,
Oh,
you
there it is.
sit there and you think about it. Really, as we were coming up, we didn't have these. Well, we had grocery stores, but 90% of the people they had some type of fruit tree or nut tree, in the neighborhood. And as kids, you would go through and, going to a friend's house, you make sure to go through that yard and get you a handful of pecans or, nuts or some type of fruit and eat them. People didn't
There you
come
go.
out running you out of their yard or something like that. Now, no, you can't do that no more. Shit, I'd put one in my mouth and peel them like that and then eat them after I spit the peelings out.
It's like giant acorn.
Those
Yeah,
things are
really.
like extremely hard.
Think like a little oven, a little roaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time I seen them do it was they roast them in a pan over a fire.
Okay, so that's where the song come from.
Oh, well, chaps, we have got a cup of tea, good old fashioned English cup of tea. I'm
Oh,
here with
hell,
Dad,
really?
and we're at the pallet cabin. And really, we came to do two jobs today. The first one was we needed to bring the stovepipe oven for the wood stove, which I said last episode hadn't brought. So we've got that here now for the winter. The second thing we wanted to do, what was it, Dad?
Well, do this base, level up this base to walk in. I want to make sure it's tipped forward
So
so
that,
that
the rain.
any rain comes away rather than goes in. Of course, it's on peat, so the ground's going to move eventually. But listen, hey ho, it's the first.
Is we've got some chestnuts roasting up
Yeah.
in the stovepipe oven. At the moment, at temperatures about 180. We can we can put some more logs in and get that up to way hotter. But because we're not staying here overnight, we don't really need to pile in loads of wood. Otherwise, we've got to sit and kind of wait for it all to burn down, which
Just
is not a
chestnuts.
bad
It's
thing.
chestnuts.
But it's only chestnuts, and you don't need a really hot oven to do it. Loads of different ways of roasting them. You can just put them over an open fire, put them on a grill and things like that. But this is just a way, kind of, we've done it today because we've got a little oven and we might as well. That's what I do at home anyway. So we've
Huge
got,
huge
yeah,
size
so-
difference we found.
I think there's one in here. If I get one out the oven, is that they're Conkers?
These are conkers. We're going to show you what we call horse chestnut and the sweet chestnut. You don't eat the horse chestnut. Do the
Jax does.
Do the horses eat the horse chestnut? Why do they call it a horse chestnut? Now, another thing, when we did a talk about the conker fight we had.
That was amazing, by the way. The
in-
feedback from that.
Yeah, the feedback for that was, no, the guys called it, was it in America? You called it
Buckeye.
Buckeye, horse
Yeah.
eyes as well. So somebody, and when I think about it, because we used to have, my grandfather was actually a racehorse trainer. So I know what horses' eyes look like. They look very, very similar, don't they? They look,
Okay.
Buckeye.
they look like that. Pardon?
Who
So,
just
look, here's the
did
difference
that?
that Mike was talking about, I think in that last episode, the difference between, let's say, mainland Europe here and the English one. We're a little island. That's the size of our island compared with Europe. But look at the
Wow.
size they grow to there.
Yeah, massive.
This
difference.
one came from Portugal. This one came from just down
Like
the
5
road.
times
Well, you can see as
different.
well that's kind of not ripe yet, is it?
No,
You-
there's a small one. We've got bigger ones in there that we're going to try and see if there's any difference in the taste between, the Portuguese one and the English one. But when we were younger, even with a white bottom like this, a base, they're perfectly edible.
You're just hardcore, Dad. Your generation.
Oh yeah, my granddad used to waste nothing, waste not, want not.
Just eat
we-
anything you
we would
did.
eat these raw. We just peel the top off like this, using my special knife that they keep
Yeah.
saying. What's that knife? It's a Hitler Youth knife, was it? A Hitler
Yeah,
Youth
something
knife?
like that.
Or
Yeah.
it's got. You can see the shape of it. I really, really like it. I love the steel. Germans make really good quality steel, but
Mm.
I like that finger
Hey,
guard
get on
very
the
wary.
freeway.
of Mike's extra
Yeah.
super duper sharp bushcraft knife because they don't have those finger guards on them. And for an old fogey like me, it bothers me. So if you ate that now, you could eat it no problem at all. But the little furry bits in there, they're very slightly bitter. So we would scrape that off.
It's like
Use-
an outer coating almost. Isn't
yeah,
it?
it is. Yeah, but you can peel all this off. These are really nice. If you get ones with that slight like this, look, they look small, but they are. This is.
I've always found them a bit more bitter. Those ones.
Well, I quite
where
like the
they're
taste. It's,
white like
it's an
that.
acquired taste from the 1950s, and not that old. So you can see that sort of husk there. You're peeling that off, no problem. You use a point of the knife to get in, like the ravines. I'm going to call it there. These are superb. Now, with my grandfather, we used to eat these all the time. No, we didn't survive on them, obviously. No, but we used to eat them when they were in season. He used to wash them sometimes. I won't bother washing them, and then put it on the knife. A little bit of salt. Very little.
All
bit of
that
salt.
bitterness.
Is that Mum's one from the table,
little,
Dad?
little bit of salt, right? Just wet the just give it a lick. Get the salt stuck to it. There, straight in the mouth.
Nice.
So crunchy. Ha!
Have you-
That takes me back about 40, 50 years.
Really?
I'm going to peel the other one
I'm
now.
gonna have to try one like that now.
I'll peel one for you.
This one, by the way, guys, is cooked. So what we did is we split them because you need to split them with a knife, don't you? If you're going to roast them,
Yeah,
otherwise
otherwise-
they just split and explode. Basically, they just
what,
crack
bang?
open. Yeah, they go crack. So make sure if you're roasting them in an oven, you just traditionally we just put a cross in them, like an
split the
cross.
edge.
But you do it 4 ways. You were saying, Dad. You just,
Yeah, we do it 4 ways. Yeah.
But yeah, so we just make a split like that, and you can see it goes a lovely golden sort of golden yellow there, and that's when you know it's roasted up about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes, sometimes half an hour.
Yeah, occasionally you get one that's got a maggot in it. Honestly, you can cut the maggot out and eat that, or you can eat the maggot as well. Because listen, you survivalists, you're going to agree with me. You can eat maggot as well.
Oh yeah, there's
Good
protein.
protein.
This is hardcore people.
Try that one. Bit of salt on it.
His dad's a hoot.
I can't believe this is actually from Mum's kitchen table.
Yeah,
Dad.
yeah, it's very bushcraft, isn't it?
That's
Does
his
she know you've
mom's.
got this?
No, of course he doesn't.
He
Right,
stole
so
it from the
salt, yeah,
table.
chestnut,
Just one leg of the chestnut, dip it in the salt,
and what do we think?
just crunch on your back teeth because your tongue has different taste buds as well at the back of the mouth, front of the mouth,
Oh,
and the back
do you
of the
know,
mouth. They're quite nice.
That's
aren't
almost better than roasted.
they? Yeah, they're nice.
almost.
Yeah, the small ones with that
Yeah.
white base. That's what you want. The small ones
That's
with the
really
white
nice.
base. You can see those.
Really nice. Right, let's get the ones out the oven. Oh, can you smell that, Dad? That's proper.
That is-
That's roasted chestnut. That
That's proper
smells
cooking.
amazing.
Doesn't it?
Here's-
yes, and there we
So
go.
this is what I installed earlier, guys. The stovepipe oven for the G stove. I'll pop a link to this in the
that?
description if you're interested. We're still at 100 degrees and that's burning out now. But these are a mixture of. That one's completely split because I split them too much. So here's the Portuguese ones, the big large ones. There's a little English one down there. So it's handy this oven. You can
Little
just get them out on the grill
English
like that.
nut.
Just slide it. Don't
Yeah. Slide them out. Leather gloves so I don't get burnt because that is red hot. There, that's some English ones. Look at that. And there's the difference.
Hey, bushcraft.
you English? And they're
So
Portuguese.
these,
Huh.
so we've got
Read,
Portuguese here.
read chat.
These are
Express
last time we
Jerry.
obviously ate raw English chestnut. Now we're gonna go. I'm gonna do Portuguese, and we're gonna. You have to peel them now. That's why we split them, so you can peel the outer shell. These
It's
smell
too
incredible.
late. You have to
When
do
they're
that
roasted, they
in,
really
in
do
the
smell
fall
nice.
when
That's
the
what they look like.
sap comes
That's that
down.
lovely golden yellow sort of gold color that they go when they're roasted. And
I
they
don't
taste
even know any
amazing.
birch trees around my area.
Have you got
Unless
English or
Jeff has
Portuguese?
some.
I've got an English and I'm eating it out the husk.
I'm not saying none.
It's a
I'm not
gold.
saying there ain't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We're actually
Yeah, I
10
don't know.
minutes from 10 minutes down the line, and we've
What's
eaten
I'm
that?
sure
most of
you
them
do
already.
have a little
But
bit of birch.
I wanted to show you this. That is the lovely golden color with it out of the shell. That's what you want when you know you've roasted it properly. So this is the Portuguese one, and it tastes really good. You got English one or Portuguese one?
These are all English crumbly.
Let's have some.
We've been eating loads. Do you know what it's like? If you ever have those, I don't know if you get them in other countries, there's sites called PYO, pick your own fruit.
Mm.
And you go along with strawberries, and
Yeah.
let's say the
I used to do it
strawberries.
as a kid. You used to
That's
tell
it.
me, yeah.
And you would buy them per kilo. Unfortunately, when you're going along, you go one for the bag, one for the bag, and you go out bloated,
That's
and you
Jeff.
bought more than you really need.
Yeah.
You've eaten more than you
You
need.
go out
Much
picking
bloat.
and then
There's
eats
quite a
half
difference
of
in
it.
taste
Oh,
from the
do you know,
Portuguese.
this is no word of a lie. Honestly, no word of a lie.
Mm.
I think the small English ones falling off the tree. Don't forget, I got these in Portugal.
Those are
They're-
fresher. The
they're
English ones
bigger.
are fresher.
I think the English are fresher. There is a distinct different taste.
There is.
Okay. You get the
No.
gist of it.
Yeah.
Sorghum, no, that's from a plant.
I thought.
I could show that, but, True Grit just did some of it.
Yeah.
Oh, the Jethro guy.
Jethro. Appalachian. Oh, I can't.
I'm gonna have to look it up now.
I am too. What? Yeah.
Metcalf, was it Metcalf?
Yeah. Metcalf. Give me a minute.
Yeah. Appalachian Metcalf Mills. And the reason he was
Yeah.
he took time off from YouTube and everything. He had a lot of stuff going on, but he does that sorghum syrup and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a sugar cane almost, or a cane stalk, or corn stalk rather. Dang it.
Mm.
I just seen somewhere that had the seeds for that too. I think maybe they
I know what you're
True
talking
Grit.
about now.
True
Yeah.
Grit sells them.
True Grit. They sell them.
The seed, I believe so. I'm not. Somebody had them that. Oh no, it actually it was Jethro, because he's selling some old time seeds.
Okay.
And here, let me see if I can find it. Dang commercials.
Ken
What's
Gallon's
this one?
birch sap. make 1
Must have
gallon
been
of
this last one.
syrup.
Yeah, you can use it
Oh,
for a
here
lot
it
of
is, the
different
garden
things.
seeds. Yeah, he has mole beans, sugar drip, sorghum, Jimmy red corn, and hickory king corn. He has winter squash, green strip cashew.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's got North Georgia candy roasters.
What is that? What is that?
And
North.
it's a winter squash.
Hmm.
And I was actually wanting to get some of that if I was trying to figure out a way I could grow it without, vining everywhere, maybe up a trellis or something.
Never
Yeah.
heard.
Um,
I'll look into that.
but I can give you guys a link to the video where he talks about them and stuff. He shows you the stuff and everything, and this just straight from his that he grows. It's not from a store or anything like this.
Yeah.
He packages the seeds up and sends them off to you. And he does sell out. So I don't know if he would still have them or not. I don't know.
Well, now my wife told me she sat there and read the ingredients of homemade honey. And I'm sitting here thinking, I didn't think you can make homemade honey.
Well, the bees make the honey.
Yeah.
You don't make it.
I mean, like process it.
I don't know. She just read an ingredient to me, of
Are you
homemade.
talking about like an imitation of honey? Because
That's what I'm going to say. It's going to be
okay.
because
Yeah.
when it comes to the real honey, only bees can make it.
Yeah. That's what I was.
You ever seen those random videos they give you sometimes where it's the guy hanging off the side of this cliff cutting this honeycomb?
Oh, hell.
Oh man, yeah, some type of honey. It's supposed to be like real rare.
Huh.
No wonder.
No gear, nothing but a hat and a machete.
Dixie just told me, it's in that book you got on the table. So we'll see
Let
what
me
I
see
can-
if I can find it here. Corn, in the nick of time. No. As me and Jeff watched him, well, when he gave me his link, I went through and watched a lot of his videos.
Yeah. And you won't try to look for it. Oh,
They're making sorghum syrup. There's one of them.
are you talking about True Grit? Or are you talking about
no.
Jethro?
Here, let me bring it up.
Okay.
Let me get past the commercial first. Come on, commercial. Skip.
Now there was a couple of other streams on there that showed them making sorghum syrup, but for some reason that they just didn't interest me. Okay, we're talking Jethro here.
Yeah.
Now y'all check out his accent.
This is Jethro at Metcalf Mills. I've got a video for you today that's going to take us back to sorghum making time. I'm going to show y'all the first run that me and Virginia made. Show you how all that works. This is going to be probably a 2-part video. This first part will be processing the cane, squeezing it, and getting all the juice out of it, and leaving it in the settling, taking it to the settling barrel to let it settle before we put it in the pan to be cooked. And I'll show you some of the the pains that I take with cleaning this stuff and making sure there's no bugs or aphids or anything like that on it before it goes through the cane mill, and making sure it's as clean as possible. Everybody don't do it this way, and a lot of people say you're crazy, it takes too much time. And I understand if you're making a lot of different runs, it would be really hard to do it the way I do it. But to me, it's cleaning, or to me, it's cooking clean. I mean, when you cook, you try to be clean, and you're cooking this sorghum. So in my mind, I want to be as clean as I can with it. And most people say it's some of the best sorghum that they've ever eaten. So the proof's in the sorghum, I guess you could say. I hope you enjoy it.
What are mole beans? We'll get back to that one.
Jeff
In the
knows
first
what those
part of
are.
this video, I'll be showing you what it takes to get ready to cook sorghum the way I do it. And it's a big job just getting ready to do.
Not
That
really.
there in that sitting on that trailer is what he uses to make the sorghum.
Yeah, and it takes a lot more than that.
Well, I was
Never mind.
surprised how much juice you get out of them things.
I'm not going to deny you of that.
I was really surprised out of this.
Yeah.
This be a guy I would like to hang out with for a good while.
Him or True Grit.
You learn so much from these type of people, and they love to teach.
Oh, God, yes.
Oh yeah.
But you look how he sets his stuff up. It's old school.
Oh yeah.
You know, it
Well,
ain't nothing.
he's modernized it, but it's still the old ways.
Yeah. And that's what intrigues me.
Yeah, and this is the type of stuff I like watching.
Yeah.
There hardly any talking, and you just watch somebody do stuff.
Exactly. And I think Virginia is his daughter. I may be wrong with that.
I
But
I'll look for him.
Yeah, I think he has two daughters and a son. I'm not sure.
Maybe. And they are well mannered also.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Hey, in
it ain't-
Virginia.
No,
no,
it-
he's out of North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Okay.
But I'm wanting to say down around Asheville area, the mountains down there.
I'm not sure with him.
No, I don't think nobody is. But
Since the stuff with his friend and everything's
yeah,
mourning and everything, because he had to make a thing for his ashes for his friend.
a
Mhm.
urn.
Yeah.
Well, now, you know yourself. He may not come straight out and say where he's from, but the clues that he gives, of a mountain or
Oh yeah.
town, you just about know where it's at
A
without
good little filter put on there.
Yeah, he's like one of the only people in a good probably 300 or 400 mile range that works on the old grinders, the old mills.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what these people are called that does the stone mill, the stone wheels. He
Like a
carves
grist
them
mill.
and he makes them true and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only
Really?
one in the area that does this too.
This
He was
guy.
sa-
And
yeah, he's
Yeah.
saying he's the only one left that knows that does this stuff.
Wow.
And his daddy, I think he said in one of his interviews that his daddy taught him how to do it. Now he's got a son, and I'll just about bet you when his son gets to be his age, he'll know how to do it.
Yeah, you look at the little steps that he does. He's got the clothespins already sitting on there. You know he does this every
Oh,
year.
He done this a time or two.
Yeah.
But I would prefer to get his sorghum honey than I had to go to a store and get it.
Oh yeah. I mean, molasses at a store,
Yeah.
you don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
You look at that belt right there. That's a lot of tension on that belt also. And they have been known to snap.
And it's an old tractor just sitting over there. I just love his setup. Yeah, there's where he's feeding it in there. Look how much juice comes out of that thing. I never thought that those things would have that much juice in them.
Be charming. I saw that on the news. That guy ought to be hung. I'm sorry.
Just feeding it in there like sugar cane.
Yeah, you see the little flower bits off there. That's where the seeds are.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if he talks about this in that video or not. Dang commercials.
No.
At least it was a skippable one.
You got 2 trailers. I wonder how long it takes him to do this.
Oh, it's all day process.
Oh yeah.
He
Amazing.
said that. I don't know if it's on this one or the next one where he's cooking.
Yeah.
He's out there
I wanted to show
almost
you
the
right
whole
here
24 hours.
how the aphids hide
Okay.
under the first layer on the stalks of some of the cane stalks. And I never put any of those through my cane mill with my juice. I take the time to separate them.
Shit, I'd hire somebody to come over there and separate it. I mean, think about it. That's a lot of work that goes into this.
Oh yeah.
You know, people, I really don't think people know how much work goes into it. Look at that. Boy, you go there and get one of them with a rowdy youngin', that's a good hickory switch.
Wonder what he does with all that stuff.
Feed it to the hogs or chickens.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I don't know if he has any or not.
Makes sense.
I can almost say, yeah,
No.
he has animals that would eat that up.
He's got a use for it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I don't know if he sells it or not. I do know he sells the seeds for it, though.
You think about it. Him making that much, he's got to sell it. I mean, for him to give all that away, he's losing money big time.
Oh, he does give a lot of it away.
Well, yeah.
He'll go over and talk to the old timers and bring them a jar.
Yeah, he does that. Carol Z,
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he does sell it. But you're going to have to get up on his channel to find out a little bit more about it. And I'm pretty sure.
Dang, look at all that juice. I still can't get over how much is in that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Now, does he do that step right there? Does he do it just one time or a couple of times?
Do what?
that step right there where he's running it through there, does he do that step just once or does he do it twice?
Oh no, just once because there's nothing. It shreds it pretty much. You can see it over on the
It's like spaghetti.
backside. Yeah.
And don't get your fingers caught in there either.
Yeah,
And
you don't
there's the
want
one
to
we've been looking for.
be. Well,
Last one.
he's at the end of it.
That's it.
That's the one I've been looking for.
Now maybe Monday Bushcraft will show you part 2. Honeybee.
Yep, the bees go crazy over this stuff.
Well,
Yeah, they
imagine, yeah.
I had to cut it off here, but you can see we got a slam full barrel. You
Wow.
can see what all that filter caught, a big wad of, I guess, chlorophyll or whatever it is in there, that plant matter, but that thing got a bunch of it. We got 50 gallons here. That's about half what I'd like to have. But on this volunteer cane, that's pretty much all we had. They might have been a little bit more standing, but that's what we got. So I'm going to let this settle here for a few minutes while I go get a bite to eat. It's going to settle, and there'll be a lot of junk still go down to the bottom and stay down below this valve. There's already a bunch in there. It's been settling ever since I started grinding. It's going to let this settle all the way down to the bottom, most of it. We're going to put a hose on here and run it around into the pan, and we'll filter it again when it goes into the pan. And right here's all the grain that come off of that run. You can see what a pile of sorghum grain. And over here on the right, it's hard to tell. That's where I put most of my big, good seed stock. Up here on this side right here with long stems on it. But that's a heck of a pile of seeds and grain right there. Now, the way I done this was I squeezed the cane on one day and I kept it overnight by using ice packs. I put them in Ziploc bags and dropped them down into the barrels of juice. And it kept the juice from turning bad from souring overnight. And then the next day is when we done the cooking. And the next part of this, the part 2, will be the cooking, how we cooked it down and rendered the sorghum syrup out of it. We'll take you all the way to the biscuit. I'll be looking forward to sharing that. I hope to share part 2 with you tomorrow evening. Anyway, I look forward to sharing it. Try to get it up tomorrow evening so you can see the whole process. Thank you for watching.
Man, you can put that stuff on anything.
Oh,
Two trailer
you
full.
drip that on your biscuit? Oh, man, good stuff.
Man, don't even go there with a homemade biscuit.
Put some on your baked beans. That's good.
B. Charming, I personally guarantee you he's in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah, he says he's from North Carolina.
Tuesday will be Monday will be part 2 on Bushcraft's channel.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and
we
show it
got-
on mine. And
Yeah.
and that's the thing about certain people, we can share these things, because he like him and True Grit, I shared theirs, and normally other YouTubers would get upset about that, but
Yeah.
that's the whole part. They like to share what they do, and they don't get upset that, oh no, he's making 20 cents on that live stream from showing my stuff.
I'll be back in a minute.
What do you say that was? He collected 50 gallons on that one?
Yeah, from that one tractor or the
Oh.
trailer full.
I wonder how
Uh,
much product that is after he renders it down.
He'll show that, But
I mean, even if you got 20 half, I mean, that's still a good bit.
that field that he got these from was volunteers. And what a volunteer is when a seed falls into the ground and then next year it comes up. They didn't plant anything in that field and it was all volunteers.
Hmm.
So they went in and cut it down to make their sorghum.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's pretty much the same process like when they make cane syrup.
Yeah.
Same
I've
thing
seen,
almost.
yeah, I've seen the cane syrup one, but the one we used, it wasn't motorized, it was hand cranked. And I almost got in trouble for breaking the handle on a crank thing.
Man,
No. Boy, you better not break a handle.
if you're not in shape, it'll definitely get you in shape. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's Appalachian's Metcalf Mills. I'll go ahead and drop his. Yeah.
Or like if you was talking about earlier the mills, like where they grind up the corn and the stuff, the big stones, I guess they call them
Yeah.
what, like grist mills. Yeah, if you didn't have a horse or a donkey or something to do it, it had to be done manually.
Yeah. These are all, well, you need a tractor,
Yeah, a
but
tractor.
it's like if you notice that the big belt, that's the same way these mills are run. And he goes in there and shows, what all the parts are on this, on it and everything. Cause some of these parts are like 100 years old at least, that they're not made anymore, and he fixes them and stuff like that. And people will drop off their meals because he's the only one that does it.
Wow. It's good he's keeping it going.
Yeah. It is. um in the mold beans, those are the ones that Jeff always talks about, leather britches, that he grows, and he actually cans them and he actually pickles them too, and he hangs them up to dry for the leather britches part.
I don't know if I know that particular variety.
Yeah, that's those types of channels I like. Even though the one I showed that was, over in UK area, most of the time, unless they're doing a talking bit like that, the whole video is out there of them, peeling the bark off of trees and building things, and building old shelters and things like that, of how things were made in the 1400s or before that.
That was a father and son duo.
Well, the father comes in every once in a while, but it's mainly the son.
I got you.
And he also has another friend. It's Bushcraft Tools, and
How about
he's
that?
over in the Philippines right now.
Oh wow.
But they kind of do the same thing. The bushcrafting tool guy, he does more of the old primitive cooking, like hanging meat over a fire and
Smoking it.
creating a spindle to where when the wind hits it, it rotates, so the meat rotates and everything.
That's smart.
Some of the ways that they used to, cook over open flame and stuff. I mean,
Colonel
some
Z,
of that stuff is, oh man, it looks really good.
Oh, I bet.
Carol Z, are you sure you're not talking about pole beans? Cause I cannot recall hearing mole beans. I'm not saying it's not.
That's the beans they use for your leather breeches.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, and that's a remember we were talking about this. Remember when he was fermenting them, the beans?
Yeah.
Those are the same beans. He cans them, he pickles them, and he and strings them up. And even True Grit, if you watch her cooking, if you look off to the side, you'll see a string of beans.
Yeah. Now, have you tried those leather breeches yet?
Oh, I eat them. I have not up here. Nobody knows
Okay.
what they are up here, but
What is that?
You know,
go ahead, Jeff.
what you do is you string your beans up, your green beans, you know, and you let them dry out around a wood stove or whatever, but you let them hang up for about a year. And, you know, and then you'll get you a frying pan. And it's best to do it with lard than anything else.
Or
fry
bacon
'em up.
grease. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, but before you go to frying, you know, you have to put them in water, you know, let them come back to life a little bit. Then you fry them up. I'm going to tell you what, they do got a good taste to it. And it's better than canning, believe it or not, like that. Get, oh Lord. It's 2 or 3
Never had it, but I tried it.
Get on there and look up how to cook leather breeches.
I don't know if I seen him do it or not.
But just about every video you see of people cooking leather breeches is going to be mountain people, plain simple. I've not seen a flatlander yet cook.
Well, here we go. Dang commercials.
Again. Maybe I have. I don't know.
Okay. We got enough time for this video?
We'll make time. How long is it?
It's not that long.
We'll make time for it.
This
Anybody
is an
else?
update, so you get to see what they look like.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
there they are.
Might help.
Hey, we're going to do a little checkup on the drying beans. Hope you enjoy it. Now, right here, you can see our leather breechy beans. So when we started, up here close to the top is where the beans was. And over time, they've dried, see, and shrunk down that much. See that? See how much? And they had to up and be a big space, and I'd take real easy and slide them all down. But you can see what a short string of beans we've got now out of them big old long strings.
That's a good mess right there.
Strings of the Peggy Nick snuff can beans I picked the other day. I'm going to try them leather breeches and see how they are, but I'm going to shorten 2 of these strings up to make room to hang the other 2 strings of my Peggy Nick snuff can beans here to dry.
I love it.
If you notice, look at some of them old pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's some good pictures there. You don't see many of those anymore. Everybody's pictures are in a phone now.
Here, I mean, look how far down that string. They was up to right here, and they've shrunk down that much.
Snuff can.
What I'm gonna do is tie me another loop. And right here above my beans. Tie another loop so I can
Carol Z says she never heard of them.
hang them.
Yeah, it's a southern thing. You say it up. Well, I think my
Bear in
grandpa
mind,
knew about them, but
they will shorten up on you.
because I think I
It's a
remember
mountain.
these
Yeah.
things. Yeah, I remember these things being hung up around and stuff.
Well, ask my mom about them. I
Shorten,
bet she'd
I'm gonna
know.
hang up above.
But I think the first time was
other
in
short
Kentucky when
thing.
I had some.
Like I said, look up a video
Make
on
room for
how to cook leather
Piggy
britches.
Dicks, snuff can, beans.
Well, I think he goes through all the steps. I'm not sure.
He does go through putting them on the string, don't he, in another video.
Yeah, this is part two. I mean, it's just
Ow.
a big old needle and you poke it through the bean.
Yeah.
Making me hungry again.
Now here's the Peggy Nick snuff cans, and I'm gonna show you.
I love that kind of bean.
These was up about right here when I strung them up yesterday morning. They've already shrunk down that much, and gravity's pulled them down that much. And I had these hanging on the ceiling fan, and I'll show you how that worked.
Ceiling fan. You're drying them out.
And this is his grandma's house, if I remember right. That he takes them over and hangs stuff. Or his mom's. I can't remember now.
Do your peppers like that too?
Jennifer wants to know, is it a good time to talk about food
Now, what I
now?
done on the ceiling fan here in the front room
We're past
was
that now.
got some of these little old hooks. And I didn't have all these full. I just had about 2 strings of beans hanging here until I swapped them out over there with them others, and 2 Peggy Nick snuff can strings right there. And I had these hanging here, and I had the fan running on low, and they shrunk down about 1/3 of the string in 1 day's time. You know, I don't know if I'd advise this or not. You might pull your ceiling fan down, but you might wind up with green beans that look like they've been through the food processor if you do this. I wouldn't advise it.
When you hear them crunch, they're done.
Talk about
They're
smelling good. Now them is smelling good. Right here's them Peggy Nick snuff can beans. I just hung them the other day.
I can't get over
a whole
that.
lot. They've already moved down the string
Peggy Nick snuff.
over halfway. That's how much they settle down when they dry.
You never heard
I
that.
forgot about them settling down that much. It's been so long since we dried any, but yeah, they've really settled down here. And there's some of these beans that just won't dry out. They stay. I don't understand why it's like that, but they kind of stay rubbery and like green. I
Beach
can't figure out
Armor
why,
won't
but right there's
really
one.
the name of
I
those
picked
beans.
several off.
I have no
Get
idea.
them all off because I don't want
Neither.
them things on there if they ain't gonna dry out. But they just, I don't know what it is about them, but they won't dry out. Right there, they just, you know, these are crunchy and dry. See that space right there in the thread? That space right there, that's how much they dry and dry up, shrink down. I mean, it makes sense. Lumber does that and everything else, but it'll amaze you to see how much they shrink over the drying process. It's crazy. I hope y'all enjoyed this little video, and I just want to say how important drying beans or drying anything really. It's a free way of preservation, and it's pulled a lot of families through over the years here in the mountains.
Yeah,
And I
it
just
is.
want to emphasize how important just simple drying is. They dry things hanging up like that. They're out in the sunshine. And now you have to kind of fight with the bugs about everything. But I don't think there was as many bugs back then as they are now. But anyway, I just wanted to share how these beans are doing with you. Hope y'all had a good day. Still thinking about that story I put up yesterday. Let's don't forget the positive light and to be a light. Hit that like button if you will. Subscribe if you ain't already. Tell your friends about me. This is Justro at Metcalf Mills. I look forward to seeing you next time.
Jenny says she's never seen anyone dry beans. I will put it like this. Until you move down here in the South, deep South, there's going to be things you'll never see. You know, but check this guy out and go and check out True Grit channel.
Yeah.
Those two channels right there, truthfully, you can learn a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna email him again when I didn't want to bother him when he had a lot of stuff going on and stuff. When I
Yeah.
had talked to him before, he was interested. It just, stuff happened.
Well, if you want to, go ahead and drop the link to both of them, and again, and let people check them out like that. But Jethro, if you go through and watch all of his videos, I guarantee you're gonna learn 2 or 3 different things.
Oh yeah, he has tons of stuff.
Yeah, he is.
And the coolest parts when he goes over and he finds an old barn or something, and he goes through and tells you, oh, we used to have to do it this way, and he shows how it was built and how they used to peg things, and he goes through all the old ways of how things were done.
He's like a young grandfather. If you think about it, you got around your grandfather, they tell you how they used to do things back in their time. Well, he does the same thing.
Almost, he's a mountain folk. I mean, even up here, we have those type that go out and harvest greens or mushrooms or whatever. There's certain times of days that we would go out and get mushrooms. There'd be certain times we would go get yellow root, ginseng. We'd go fishing. We would, there'd be tons of stuff that we were doing, and it was all so we could survive on, and this was in McConnellsville area when I lived down there, and I became friends with a mountain kid. He was like 19 years old, and we went through the woods, and we made money off of selling ginseng and yellow root. There's so many different kinds of roots that you can go out and plants that you can dig up in the woods and turn around and resell them.
Now, I will say this right here. Ginseng is about like moonshine. If you go out looking for ginseng, you better be careful. That should get you shot. Quick.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you to do it.
Oh,
go to the store and buy it.
Yeah, we knew where we were going and stuff. It's not up here is not as bad as it is down in Tennessee and down south.
No.
They're down there, they booby trap their crops.
Yeah. Okay, right there is Metcalf Mills.
Yeah. I'll get that other one.
Yeah, it's generational knowledge to keep a family fed, and he lives by it.
Oh yeah.
But you know, me and the wife has thought the same thing. I don't know if he's married, if something happened or anything else, but he don't talk about her or anything else in any of his videos.
Something happened that he don't talk about it.
I kind of figured that.
He shows the two girls and the little boy every once in a while.
Yeah. Now the boy is the youngest one, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. But you know, hey, he got my respect on that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and we were talking earlier backstage, and like the knowledge of cooking, just the recipes and stuff. Jeff was saying once the grandma passes, all that knowledge is gone, and it used to be the daughters would know, and then it was passed down to the granddaughter, and then so forth. Now it stopped because nobody wants to know how to cook anything because you get on your phone and do.
It's Mickey D's and Burger King and KFC now. It's not. I miss the old ways a lot. Me and the wife will sit here and we'll talk about it every once in a while, and I'll bring up her mama. Damn, her mama could cook. Don't get me wrong. She made some of the best meatloaf I ever tasted. Her meatloaf was better than my mama's meatloaf was. But you learn not to say stuff like that.
You just say it's good, and that's it.
Yeah. It's eatable. I put it like that.
Wait until you have your mom and her mom together. Oh, which meatloaf do you like better?
Yeah. And then that's when you run out the door.
Oh, I left the car running. I'll be back.
I lucked up on that ordeal. Neither one of them never got together and cooked together.
Well, I did it Safeway. I said my wife does the best cooking.
You know what? I had never thought about doing that. See, I growed up with y'all's cooking. Now I got to live with my wife's cooking. So she's the best.
Well, I never did have the home cooking except for my grandpa.
Yeah.
And his cooking was, he did do good pancakes, flapjacks, and it was the size of his big old cast iron skillet.
Oh man.
And about that yay thick.
Heck yeah.
Oh man. and real maple syrup that he made himself. It wasn't, you didn't go to the store and buy it.
Well, now you think about it. My parents, when they were coming up,
like making
they only went to town once a month, and that was to buy flour and sugar, something like that, But other times, what they ate, they grew. And I always thought they had meat on the table. Trust me, when they had meat on the table, that was a special occasion.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They very seldom had meat.
And I learned something today, and it goes back to over in British area and stuff like that. You notice how they call cow what the meat you eat is called beef.
Right.
And then you have pork, or it's not called pig, it's called pork. Lamb is called mutton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what it was is that's when the French controlled them, and that's the higher up people called it that instead of calling it what the live animal was. Now, if you notice, chicken is called
Chicken is chicken.
and rabbit is called rabbit, the meat. It's because the higher up class didn't eat that stuff. That was for the peasants. They ate chicken and rabbit and whatnot. And
That makes sense.
that's where the names of the like beef and pig, it's not called beef and pig, or cow and pig, it's called beef and pork. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Like deer and venison.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's all because of the French.
Definitely gonna eat some.
The higher class French, that is. The peasants just eat chicken and
Hey, I'm happy with chicken and rabbits.
yeah.
Shoot, yeah.
No, that's an interesting call. I'll have to tell you about that in backstage. That raises a few flags.
Yeah, I just checked to see if you know who was going live, and he's not.
Dude, you won't
Surprise.
know. Oh. Okay. I didn't realize it was that late.
Yeah. That's why I asked if there's enough time to watch that video.
Well, now, if I ain't mistaken, he said what, Friday night?
No, he said he was going on tonight. And then
Did he?
we said we'll see you Friday.
Yeah, which is about the
No.
truth.
At some point, I blacked out. I OD'd on sweet potato pie.
Do you know, and I'm not kidding, I do not remember going up on there last night.
Yeah, you came up late.
Yeah, well, I wasn't planning on coming up at all.
Well, I
was
came
sit-
up late
was
too.
I was sitting in there dozing off. Then y'all said something. I said, "Oh hell no! I got to put my 2 cents worth in on that." But well, I'm going to ask a question for the people in chat. When was the last time y'all sat down and had a family get together? What I'm talking about a get together is good cooking and just talking, like it used to be, like what do you call that? A reunion, a family reunion. And
Or
when's the last
well,
time?
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Well, now I'm not counting that. Okay.
Besides Easter, Thanksgiving, or Christmas.
Right. I'm talking about, just out of the blue, get
Super
together.
Bowl party.
Yeah.
No, I want a get together. I don't want no knockdown drag out. Get together.
Well, I just seen as a girl that's building her van out, and she drove to Vegas to see what free stuff that she could get in on, because there's all kinds of stuff that goes on at the Super Bowl that
Right.
is all around the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And there was a couple places that she could have went, and she went to at a church was playing the Super Bowl, and it was for people that didn't want to drink, that they were in the 12-step program. I think it's 12-step, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it was clean stuff, they said a prayer before the game and everything and all that stuff. And she said it was great, but she has a rule: when it starts getting dark, she doesn't want to be out at dark because she's a female and whatnot. So she went back to her van and watched it on her phone.
That's understandable, especially in this day and time.
Yeah, and there are still places. It's very slim that you'll find churches and stuff that do this, because there'll be a lot of people that knock this because it's a Super Bowl and football and all that stuff. But if you can have an opportunity to bring the Word of God to somebody, even if it's at a football game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a plus.
Okay, let me ask this right here. How many times have you been in the locker room before a game, a big game, and they did not say a prayer? Because I can't really think of none. Practically,
We always did.
Yeah. And I
saying.
was out in Phoenix when I played football, and you would think that it wouldn't be religious there. But it didn't make any difference what game it was. There was somebody come in and would pray that, first of all, nobody got hurt.
Right.
That was the main thing.
But you see, what gets me, you never hear about this. Not really.
They don't. It's not allowed now. You're
That's
not allowed to
BS.
say this stuff in
Yeah.
school
Why?
now.
Why? That's how this.
You're not allowed to have religion in school.
That's how this country was formed. That's
If a teacher, initiates it, that teacher will be gone the next day because he broke the rules. He's not allowed to bring religion. We had I think it was a kindergarten teacher that, I think it was Easter or before Christmas, gave out little Bibles,
Okay.
the little Bibles.
Right.
She was gone the next day because somebody, called up and said, you're forcing religion on my kid. You give him a Bible. If you don't want to read the Bible, then
Don't open it.
why ruin it for anybody else that may want to?
Well, that's almost as bad as somebody telling me, well, I don't like guns. Well, don't buy one. Problem solved. Duh.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Yeah.
There's always going to be somebody out there, and it's like, if a celebrity speaks up and says something, Lucas Black, I've been talking to him, because he did a live stream and nobody showed up. I don't know what it was. Me and him was the only one that was in there. And this was on TikTok. And he was preaching and stuff and talking about his thing he was coming out with, the 77.
That's the actor, right?
Yeah, and
Tokyo
nicest
Drift.
guy you ever talked to, and I sat there for an hour just talking to him, and he was, talking scripture and whatnot on TikTok, and you know how many people complain and criticize TikTok because it's from another country or whatever the case may be, but the fact is that for an hour, two people, all we were talking about was God. And to me, how can that be bad? It just, I don't know. And he's sending me one of his hats for free because I was the only one there and we still haven't figured out why nobody showed up, because he gets thousands and thousands and thousands of views on his videos, but for some odd reason, just me and him was the only ones at his live.
Let me address something. Carol Z, you do know you can grow potatoes in a laundry basket. You know, the ones that's got the holes in it. Take that one and put it inside of another one and fill it full of dirt. Later on, pull that middle one out. You got potatoes ready to pop out. Just reach through the side, pull them out. But to get back to it, like I said, this country was formed on God, freedom, and I'm going to say this, a lot of people ain't going to like it. Migrants, okay? That's how this country was formed. It wasn't just one race. It was different races of people who came to America to form America.
Oh, don't get me started on another national anthem.
I was fixing to say this right here. I'm all for immigration, but please let it be legalized, you know, because
that way we know who's coming in here.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you left your door open and just let strangers come in, wouldn't you want to know who was coming in your house?
Well, look how many has been caught that has had warrants, or I can't really say.
It's not a warrant. It's they're wanted for war crimes.
Well, I wasn't. That wasn't where I was going. Where I was going was I got to be careful how I put this. People who really like children. Okay.
Oh, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
The people that were on playing cards, like the Ace of Spade and the King of Spades, and that used to be a way of tracking people down because they'd have their picture and would go after it. And this was in Iraq times when we had people there looking for the bad guys.
Would you
some
believe
of them left to other countries and we're still looking for them? And these guys are in the ICE
baby.
Yeah.
Group.
Would you believe, I know for a fact my son has 2 decks of those playing cards from wartime, because he had a trunk. Okay. He's got baseball cards in there. I'm talking baseball cards. He's got 5 or 6 complete sets, never been broke down. And he's got 2 sets of those cards that I bought and put in there. And to my knowledge, one of them has never been broken open. But that's why I bought 2 sets, because I wanted to see who all was on there.
Yeah.
You remember when those came out? What was it, after 9/11?
No, yeah.
No, this is Desert Storm.
Okay.
And What was the other one after that? No, there's Desert Shield and Desert Storm is when we went over there and put a hurting on them.
Yeah.
And then there was
Yeah.
the other one after that when the weapons of mass destruction thing happened.
Yeah. Operation Iraqi Freedom. Or something like
Believe it or
that.
not, my brother was in it all of them, period. And when it first started, I think it was in Desert Storm. He was going to be one of the first waves hitting the beach. And within an hour or two, they canceled it. Or something had happened. And they canceled.
They didn't. The Air Force went first.
Right. But anyway, that's when Desert Storm was the only one that I got before him. And I think that was the first one that come out was Desert Storm. And then the second one come out and I thought, nah, I'll just pass that one up because they just trying to do a imitation of the original. You know, and how much they'll worth now, I couldn't tell you. It's just like he's got the Michael Jordan baseball card. I paid $20-some for that card. Brand new.
Which was it? The Diamondback one?
It was Topps. I know that.
Oh, Topps is not worth that much.
Well, I found it out.
Diamondback one is. I think I got 16 of them.
But
is it Jordan? Jordan was my thing. I was big collector.
Oh, I was.
Like I got 16 of those, and there's the animated one with the football. He did, or not the football, but the baseball when he did the Superman thing before Shaq did it.
Well, I do know that I live probably about 30 minutes from where he went to college. And I know for a fact that within a half a mile, he built a house. You know, I cut through the woods and be in his backyard right there. But he never lived there. He after it got built, he ended up selling it. And then come Michael Jordan car lots in Raleigh. Matter of fact, they still there. You know, he's got to have some excuse to, let's say, waste money in a matter of speaking. But my opinion, since I've been born, I've got to say, Michael Jordan is one of the best basketball players I think I've seen. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a lot of good basketball players out there.
He's the
I
best.
know it'll start an argument. Spud Webb was good. Spud Webb was awesome to be as short as he was.
Mm-hmm.
You had Mitch Kupchak. He was awesome. You know, but again,
how come you're picking all these Charlotte? And I don't even think that's still a basketball team, is it?
It is, but they ain't shit.
Another state bought them and they left, I believe. I don't know. I don't watch basketball anymore because it's a sissy game now.
I don't think
the Charlotte Hornets, there was the New Orleans They were in New
Yeah.
Orleans and they moved them. And then
Yeah.
when they went back to Charlotte, it was the Charlotte Bobcats. Now, a couple years ago, they changed the name and now they're back to Hornets again.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, they're Hornets.
But you got to admit, when
Oh, they
Jordan
just
was
won
playing
too.
basketball, they had to rewrite a lot of the rules because he was breaking a lot of rules. He was the only man I know that was as close to Superman without being Superman. That man could float in the air and slam dunk at basketball. And it was something like, I want to say they penalized him a couple of times and they called it hang time because he was up in the air too long. And I thought, that's bullshit. But no, Jordan, like I said, back in the day when basketball was basketball, Jordan was one of the best, if not the best.
Oh, he's still the best.
He has played with a fever. I want to say he's played with sprained ankles or whatever.
Mhm.
Now today, you let somebody, like you said, Bushcraft, let somebody get a hang now. Oh, I can't play, and and they go to whining. That's bullshit. Hell, back in my day, it's get back in there, you wimp.
Yeah, when when you make the game winning, and this was playoffs. This was not. This is championship game. He played with 106 temperature, and at the end of the game, they carried him off because he gave all he could, and he was set back there until they went to the next state to play the next game, and he was on the saline drip the whole time for 2 days to get his. He was dehydrated that bad.
Well, now, okay, let's go to another athlete, Muhammad Ali. A lot of people can't stand Ali. I do not like Ali as a person on account of what he done. But when it comes to boxing, Ali was the best. I'll give him that.
Well, the thing is, I
Ali
don't
did-
knock the reason why he did it, and this is the dodge in the military thing.
right.
That's where he gets his bad name from. But he did it for religion now, and
I
That's-
think he did it for religion after he dodged the draft. So he
Well,
wouldn't get into a lot of trouble.
the thing is, he kept his religion. He had changed his name, but it didn't come out to public until he said, I'm not going to the draft because of my religion.
Cassius
Okay.
Clay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali. But like I said, I did not like the man for what he done because he dodged the draft, plain and simple. But as a fighter, I will not take that away from him. He was.
Oh no.
Oh, he would talk smack and beat you up at the same time.
That's how he went. He won most of his matches because the mind games he would play on him.
Oh,
Got in
God,
their head, yeah.
So much mind games.
Well, was it
you
Ali?
rope-a-dope.
Was it Ali who fought with a fractured jaw, or was that?
No, Frazier broke his jaw.
Yeah. Okay. But he still fought and won with a broken jaw.
No, he lost that one.
Uh,
The second one he won, when he went back and fought him again, and he refractured the jaw, but
Okay.
he won. The first time
That's
it broke his jaw. Yeah, because you could see it.
But still, the point is, oh, I broke my jaw. I can't finish it. Like that.
Oh
Men,
yeah,
you were men. The men today ain't nothing. I ain't even going there with that.
well,
But
there are still some some guys out there that are they won't give up, and that's what irritates me when somebody puts down football, because of not the players. There are a lot of bad players in football now, but there are some really good players in football, and there are really good men in football. But there's a company that runs the football teams.
Yeah.
And that's the bad thing. And when you start combining all that and calling everyone in that organization bad, that's like saying, and you're just as bad as certain three-letter groups saying all cops are bad and defund them because one did something bad. I don't like when everything gets put in a group because some bad apples.
Yeah.
Well, anybody of our caliber knows you got one bad apple. Pull it out and toss it before it contaminates the rest of them.
Yeah.
So,
because there are a lot of bad people in football, and you could say the same thing in basketball and whatever, but there are some good people that are in football that donate over half of their money to charities and stuff like that.
You're right. They are.
Yeah, there's still a lot of good people in.
There's 1,000 good stories, but they'll only polarize that one bad one.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this right here. My daddy told me this when I was still running the streets. You can work a lifetime to make a good name for yourself, but all it takes is one complaint to ruin it all.
Yep.
And bad news travels a whole lot faster than good news. It can take you 20 years to build up a good reputation. It'll take less than 24 hours for one bad complaint to ruin you.
Especially nowadays, faster than ever.
Yeah, because you got internet and everything else. Back then, we didn't have internet. It was word of mouth, period. That was it.
Yeah.
Or advertising in the newspaper. But you could do something.
Yeah, I remember Phoenix area, they used to, and this was before internet. If somebody didn't pay their child support, they put them up on the billboard, or they put them in the newspaper saying this person has this many kids and not paying child support to take care of his kids.
Wow.
Now they done that here too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, they done that here. But there was a lawsuit that was filed, I think, within 6 months after that. They had to pull it down. They couldn't do it no more. Okay, that somebody done a lawsuit on it.
Yeah, they had a sheriff in Phoenix that nowadays they'd have hung him up somewhere because he didn't care. He had so many people in the jails down there that that's where they got that tent city, where they had a big open area. Everybody lived in tents.
Oh yeah, I remember
In
hearing about that
Phoenix.
guy
In Phoenix.
with the purple underwear. I mean, the pink underwear.
Oh yeah, all the
Really?
inmates had to wear pink. Yep.
Yeah, pink clothing.
I remember something about pink inmates. Inmates having to wear pink.
Yep. And nowadays, yeah, there'd be so many people complaining about how cruel it was or anything, but if you were a criminal, you got treated like a criminal.
Oh, I'll go one better than that. There was a jail up here in North Carolina. I cannot remember which city it was in. It had no air conditioning, but it had heat for the wintertime. You had no color TV. I mean, the only thing you had was your jail cell and, let's say, playtime. That was it. You didn't get no fringe benefits. You got no cigarettes or anything like that. And it just got to the point that that city got more complaints. Now, I mean, it's like a motel room. You got free color TV, free meals, clothes, the whole 9 yards now up there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, right here. A criminal, I don't think a criminal ought to have a bunch of, what's that word I'm looking for?
Amenities
Yes, amenities.
or luxuries, I guess.
Yeah, I'll use amenities. I mean, you're a criminal. Why would you want to do something just to go to jail so you could have better time in jail than you would out on the street?
Yeah. Nowadays, I mean, it's probably still pretty rough in the jails in Phoenix, but not the way that it used to be.
But
Well,
see, I said what I said, but then again, I've never been behind bars. So I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. I
never went to Phoenix jail. I went to jail up in Las Vegas. They call it the zoo.
Really?
For good reason. It was a zoo.
Well, it could be worse. You could be put in Mayberry jail. With Barney Fife or Ernest T. Bass.
He just talk Barney and giving you the key and trade places with him.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen that happen a time or two on there,
Shoot. They go give you something good to eat.
Oh, man. Now, it takes me about 2 hours to get to, let's say, Mayberry. Okay. And we used to work up there.
What's the town called? Do you remember?
Mount Airy.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Mount Airy. Yeah. But there was a restaurant named after Aunt B up there. All right. And I was told, and this been quite a few years ago, at least 20, 25 years ago. I don't know how it is now, but I was told to never go to that restaurant because they had the sorriest food up there. But now, I'm seeing things on YouTube about Mayberry, like that. And they're saying that restaurant right there has got some of the best food in that town.
Mm-hmm.
There's some good places to eat up there, that's for sure.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Well, it's pretty bad when nowadays they put stars on the different fast food restaurants in your areas and stuff.
There
Like
is,
ratings.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now look, you know yourself, everybody's taste bud is different. And no doubt about that. What may be good to you may not be good to me. There is a restaurant in the town that I live in, and I'm not going to say the name of the restaurant, but it was voted #1 in the state for having the best cheeseburgers and hot dogs. Okay. I ate there. I got one of their cheeseburgers. Dude, I took about 2 bites out of it and tossed them. That was the worst damn cheeseburger I think I've ever ate in my life. I went back. I said, all right, well, you know, that was just one time. You know, I got another one. Hell, it was worse than the first one.
Wow.
No. So I tried one of their hot dogs. Their hot dog is like it's been soaking in water for 2 days before they finally put it on the bun to sell it.
Oh,
And
that's horrible.
unless you've had a hot dog that has been soaking in water, you have no idea what I'm.
That's why I don't like boiling my hot dogs. I
I'm
either
not
put them
crazy.
in the air fryer or I put them in the oven.
Well, see, that's why I like my hot dogs. I will boil my hot dogs biggest part of the time and then turn around and fry them before they get cold. And they got a good taste to it. Okay. But, okay, cold slaw. I don't know how
Oh,
many
yeah.
people get slaw in their hamburgers and hot dogs. But if I go to a restaurant, I will not have slaw put on my hot dogs or hamburgers.
What
Because
kind of
90%
slaw
cold slaw.
are you talking? No, a mayonnaise based or
Yeah, mayonnaise
Yeah,
based.
more than likely.
because there's 2 different types.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably more, but there are different types. One that doesn't have the mayonnaise in it. It's like a syrup type of.
No, mine is mayonnaise based, probably with a little vinegar in it. But the biggest part of the time, when you eat that slaw, it's like it was made last week, done soured and gone to the bag. So
Oh, yeah.
I just don't get slaw put on my hot dogs and hamburgers. You know. Now, if I'm at home and I'm making it, oh, dude, I got homemade chili, I got homemade slaw, I got you name it. And if I got any bacon, I'm gonna wrap that hot dog up in bacon. You know, bacon a hot dog or bacon cheeseburger. You know. And I will admit, I like my bacon like True Grit likes his bacon. My wife likes her bacon like True Grit's wife likes her bacon. And Bushcraft is sitting there thinking, now how does he like his bacon? He likes his a little bit on the chewy side, not crunchy.
The rubbery side, and she likes it crispy. Yeah.
Yep. That's the way I like mine.
I like it would be a little bit of both, you know?
Yeah, I don't care. It's bacon.
Look, bacon surrounded with bacon. You can't go wrong with that either.
Yeah, there used to be this place in Phoenix that would and these were foot long hot dogs, and not the skinny looking things. They were a good size and put bacon around it and
Yep.
deep fry them.
Now
and,
they
and
good.
then take the toothpicks out and put it in there, and then load it up with all kinds of stuff.
And you know, I don't know if you got one up there when you had a nut bushcraft. It's called Sonic's. It's a
No.
drive restaurant. How about you? What you got one close by?
I think we may still have one AMW.
Really?
Yeah, might in the whole state.
Well, now when Sonics came out, man, they were the best. Really?
When they wore roller skates.
Yes. Then they had to change the oil, and they had to change this, and they had to change that. They went from being one of the best restaurants to damn near one of
Yeah.
the sorriest restaurants.
Grace, you're right. Korean style slaw. That's a really good stuff to put on your burger.
I don't think I've had any of that.
Oh, good.
But then again, up north, y'all like oh hell, what do you call that? Green stuff that comes out of a bottle or whatever.
Green stuff that
Chow.
comes out of a bottle.
What's
Relish.
that? Yeah, relish. No eat relish on hot dogs up there.
Well,
Biggest
my
fault-
relish is not the normal relish. I don't like that little pebble, little pickle thing. Mine are chunks. When I make relish, it's chunky. I don't.
The only time I use relish is when I'm making my own stuff for my fish. That's it.
Yeah. And I instead of it being it's bread and butter type pickles.
Okay. My
Because
wife is,
I made a batch of relish and I made a batch of slices.
I got you. Tartar sauce, that's it.
Yeah.
That makes mean tartar sauce.
Hmm.
But you know, it's like I said, everybody's got their own taste. What you may not like, y'all love. And what
Out
you know,
west there is I don't know if it's still a thing out there, but called Wiener Schnitzel.
I've heard of it.
And it used to be triangle shaped A-frame type building, and they didn't have nowhere to set except for that on the outside. There was no inside. You went to the front and ordered and picked up your order right there and sat down, and all they sold was hot dogs.
It seems like me back when I was coming up, we had A-frame restaurants like that. You couldn't go in, you had to sit outside at the picnic tables to eat. But
Yeah.
I never knew what they were called.
Wasabi. I don't know
Oh,
wasabi.
hell no.
That every time I think of wasabi, I think of that poor lady. That avocado sauce.
I tried that one time. I don't like that.
Don't take much.
No, it don't. Purple cabbage, it's okay. You know, I
like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a good taste to it. Don't get me wrong. But I've come across a recipe I'm seriously thinking about trying. It's called, well, you can your own coleslaw, is what you do. But you don't put no mayonnaise or nothing in it. You do that after
Vinegar base.
Yeah. You open that up after you done canned it and get ready to use it, like that. And I'll tell you something else too. Down here in the South, barbecue. Now we go ape shit over barbecue down here. We've got what
You
is
got
it?
the sweet sauce.
Yeah, but out you got the southwestern barbecue, and then you've got what is it? St. Louis, which is mustard base. I may be mistaken. I've never ate a mustard based barbecue.
I
I
won't.
would, I would try it, but that'd probably be as far as I go. I don't know.
Texas has some good barbecue. I'll give them that. Texas is really good.
Now we've got a town here once a year. It's they close down the streets, and there's vendors that sell barbecue up there. And I think one vendor may go through 75 hams in a day. And there's like 2, maybe 3 days of this event going on. And I moved out of that town the year before they started all that. And I'm sitting there, Pop, why'd you do that? You know I love barbecue. And I have not been back there since to eat none. But they is Lexington Barbecue. Is what it's called. And it's once a year.
We have an event like that once a year. It's called the Boss Hog Cook Off. And it's
Really?
anything and everything that can be grilled, smoked, or fried, they're cooking it.
Oh, hell, I don't know if I want to come down there and try it or not.
Oh, that's amazing.
You liable to have frog legs or snake or anything like that being grilled.
Well, there's nothing wrong with any of those that you just said.
Yeah.
Only if you don't know what you eating. There ain't nothing wrong with it.
I've
they'll
had
tell you.
frog legs. That's oh man, you get a good mess of frog legs. You can't beat that.
Believe it or not, that's the thing I've never eaten, frog legs or turtle.
Really?
Yeah, I've never ate either one of them.
I ate frog legs, but not turtle.
Turtle soup? Oh man, good stuff.
Well, now as a Southern, there's quite a few things I'm not.
I don't know, Jeff. The way you talk and never had frog legs. I don't know if you call yourself a Southern or not.
Well, I was born and bred down here in the South, not my
In
children,
North Carolina.
which is in the southern part.
The northern southern part.
No, it ain't the northern southern part. I think it stops at Virginia, at the top of Virginia, Mason-Dixon line. So I'm still considered southern down here.
Well,
Beef tongue and frog legs, they taste like chicken, right? Why does everybody say something tastes like chicken?
Mm.
That's what I just said.
I mean, they're good. I mean, you fry them up, it's about like eating chicken wings.
Chicken wings. Huh.
I mean, if you put just the meat next to chicken and blindfolded, I could still tell it was a frog leg that over chicken.
That's like going into a restaurant. You got Pepsi? Now I got Coke. It tastes the same. Bullshit. Blindfold me. I'll tell you which one Coke is.
Now I had rattlesnake. It tastes really, really close to chicken.
Man, it's been so long since I've ate rattlesnake. I couldn't even tell you what it tastes like. I'm talking about damn near knee high to a piss ant when I had it. Yes, dear. That's up. Don't say a word.
There's a bunch of them around here.
B. Charmer said she's not eating snakes.
I mean, if I didn't have no other choice, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm gonna survive, but yeah.
Now, B. Charmer, didn't you say you in Florida?
They got the man-eating snakes down there.
Oh, okay. I'm wrong. Who said they was in Florida?
Have you ever? Beach Army probably ate iguanas. Being down in Florida, they're like all over the place. Can you still eat them in Florida though? I wonder.
Hell, I didn't even know you could eat iguanas.
Oh, they're good.
I would try it. I had never tried it though.
How would you go about cooking it up? I mean, fried.
Skin it and eat it.
Okay.
Oh, really? Oh, but she would. Okay. Yeah, there. Can you still kill them and eat them in Florida?
I know they got bounties on them out there at a certain type of year.
Well, because they were, and it's been a long time. They were overpopulating the area south of Tampa area, and it was okay. I can't remember if you had to have a license or anything like that, but
I know
we ended up getting a good mess of them.
I know they had some good air rifles hunting them though.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Big Jarman says, yeah, they hunt them by the pound to get them out of people's yards. They have taken.
Yeah, they were bad when I was down there.
Big Jarman. I mean, are they still as bad? You know, I bet you hunting them things, it'd be kind of hard to depopulate them things.
Some of them get pretty good size. They'll go after your cats or your little lap dogs or whatever you want to call them, nippy dogs.
Does it pay pretty good down there, B. Charming, to hunt them? But then again, I bet it pays pretty good down in Florida to go boar hunting too. You know, that right there is something else. Boars. How come they can't get a group of people to go out there and hunt wild boar and skin them and take them to shelters?
Some places do. They take them to churches and stuff. It's just there's so many regulations on that crap now. It's
too good of an idea.
Well, you remember there used to be a show out where this guy and his two daughters would go out.
There used to be quite a few shows out.
Clearing farms and stuff of them. And they would take the meat to local churches and stuff.
There's a couple of shows like that. But
it hasn't been on for a long time, so.
Yeah, I know. The one show that distinctly stays in my mind It was two women who went out and they hunted wild boar. And what
they had them dogs that had the bulletproof vest on so it wouldn't hurt the dogs.
Yeah.
But them dogs are mean.
But what gets me, and if y'all have ever seen this show, y'all know what I'm talking about without really saying it. But as big as those women were, I don't see how in the world they caught them damn hogs. I mean,
Oh,
hell,
yeah.
went there and grabbed them by the back legs. You know, like, well, I reckon you do it quite a while, it don't scare you as bad. But they'll go in, grab them by the back legs and yank them out, and that's it.
Yeah, I seen one where is a big old boar.
Mhm.
Was coming down. This guy had a shotgun, a double barrel, and was going shush shush like.
But
And he come around the corner and plume, and he fell right to his feet.
dude,
Yeah, that was cutting it close.
look, I don't care who you are. You shoot a boar and he comes after you, you messed up if you don't kill him right there and then.
Oh yeah, that's it. You know that whatever was in that there were slugs in that thing.
They wasn't buckshot. Ain't
No,
no way they could have been. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying you get a
oh
boar.
this was a big. It was huge.
A boar is damn near bulletproof to begin with. I can't see buckshot stopping one when a boar gets mad. Okay. Maybe a 308 or a slug.
Unless he swallowed the gun and it went off.
Well, yeah, but that ain't gonna happen.
It's like down there in Arkansas and Mississippi, they got the Razorbacks.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah,
correct.
see, Vester, he's even had frog legs.
You don't know what you're missing, man.
Well, I had down there half a pillowcase full of frogs one night. It's been, oh hell, what, 30 years ago. But the only bad thing about this, that's the first time we ever went frog hunting, and neither one of us knew how to cook them.
There's some people
Again,
will take the meat off the back.
I'm going to tell you again, we did not know how to cook them, nor did we know how to prepare them.
All you do, you put spices in your flour and whatnot, and it's the same way you cook about anything else.
Yeah.
You fry it up.
Now we know that, but back then we did not know.
Well, that's usually something you figure out before you get it.
Well, we wasn't the hell. We were drunk. Think about it. And we was hunting frogs with 22s.
What? You gig them. You shine a light. You shine a light in their eyes, and you gig them.
Bullshit. We shined the light in their eyes and hit them with a 22. That's how we went frog hunting.
One way to do it, I guess.
We wasn't getting in that pond with them water moccasins. But we did figure out one thing. If you shoot them in the back of the head, they jump forward. You have to shoot them head on to keep them from jumping.
Yeah, when you cook them up, their little legs.
Yeah, yeah. They jump all over the place.
Well, they don't jump. It is kind of like twitch a little bit.
Twitching, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see,
Fried
now,
frog legs and grits.
man, I remember one time you could not run fast enough to give me a bowl of grits. Now that I got out of the hospital,
Again, are you sure you're from the South?
again, will you wait till I finish telling the story? You got a bad habit of cutting me off in the middle of one. But since I got out of the hospital, I love grits.
Hospital
See?
grits?
No, after I got out of the
Oh,
hospital.
okay. Okay.
Listen to what I say now. I know my slang down here is a little bit different than yours up there. But you keep hanging around me, you know, I'll teach you something because it's paying off in some of your videos.
Yeah, will always love grits.
Well, see, I wasn't raised up on grits. I was raised up on oatmeal, pancakes, sausage gravy, pinto beans, and fried potatoes with onions.
Yeah.
And
Not-
a little bit on the cob.
Not raw onions.
Dude, keep it up. I'm gonna come up there and shave your ass one of these days. See, even Art Wildman says he don't care for grits. So now what y'all got to say? He's more southern than I am.
That is true.
It got quiet, didn't
He's in Arkansas, though.
it? He's still in the South.
Yeah, but that's a little west.
No, he's still in the South.
Yeah. Well, so is California.
He is more due south than I am, and definitely more due south than you are.
Oh, everybody is.
No. 101 ain't.
That's pure Michigan.
Exactly. Now I love grits. You know.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot where this is going. You got me so damn misconstrued, it ain't funny. Even my brain is getting scrambled.
Craving some salmon patty and grits. That sounds pretty good.
Or
What?
the
Oh.
chicken and waffles.
That's pretty good.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I thought maybe that might have been too south for you, Jeff.
Keep it up.
No, I'm being serious. I thought that was more, Georgia and Alabama way.
I think that's where it started. Was
Yeah.
down there. Hominy,
Oh.
I'm not too crazy about.
I love hominy.
Shit. I think that was on the plate every night at my house. That's
Oh,
the reason-
really?
Yeah, that's the reason I ain't crazy about it.
It's hard to find up here.
Really?
Yeah, there's only you can't. There, Walmart doesn't sell it.
Shit, you want me to send you a case of number 10 cans?
I used to sell it.
Well,
They have it over. They have it at Bueller's, and I think I'm the only one that buys it.
Susie D wants to know what a hominy and grit. Come on now, pick on her like you do me. Come on.
Well,
come on. Come on. Come on.
there's if you there's a difference of grits that are made with
Hominy.
the 5-minute grits are no good. I mean, if you're in a hurry or something, but if you have grits that it takes a half an hour to make, you can tell the difference in them.
I'm about like oatmeal.
Probably.
You got oatmeal you can cook, which is oat, and you got
Yeah.
that instant oatmeal.
Yeah.
Yes.
God almighty.
I ain't saying nothing.
Hell, no wonder I got
Shrimp and grits, and I think that's more like Georgia and Alabama too.
Yeah, I like shrimp and grits.
Yeah.
it's also up here in North Carolina too. But it's mainly toward the coast. And then
Oh. Yeah.
That's good.
You go to a restaurant around here and ask for shrimp and grits, they look at you like, what the hell is that shit?
I don't. Well, there's no restaurants around anymore.
Yeah, that's
There's
right.
Bob Evans, but I know I'd go over to Bob Evans, ask him for grits, and
Do you remember the commercial years ago where a truck driver would go into a restaurant and get a cup of boiling hot water, and then he would pull out a packet of instant grits and put in there, eat them? That's the way restaurants are around here when it comes to shrimp and grits.
I don't know if Jeff knows what sweet tea is.
Oh, oh my God.
What is that?
Be charming, that is a big time insult. Do they know what? Wait a minute. Hold on. Be charming. Who we talking about? Do they know what sweet tea is?
Oh, I know.
The
I
North,
definitely know.
hell no. You go to a restaurant up in the North and get sweet tea. They bring you a glass of tea and a handful of sugar. That's not sweet tea.
Usually 2 packets of sugar.
If you're lucky.
They don't. That's not even on a menu. They don't even have sweet tea up here. Everyone,
they don't have
you
Pepsi
can get
Cola up there.
it in the bottle. It's supposed to be so. Milo's actually sells a good sweet tea.
Really?
Yeah, pre-made tea. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, Milo's is pretty good because they use actual sugar, not corn syrup.
Okay. B. Charming wanted to know for the people who didn't know what grits was, do they know what sweet tea was?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Bay powder, that's a damn good spice. I got to admit to that
one. What's the Italian version of grits? Polenta?
Polenta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
I think it's more grittier, or its ground is not as much as grits.
more of a powder.
No, it's
More
bigger.
coarse. Yeah,
Bigger.
thicker.
It's coarser. Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on. I want to address something real quick. Life with Bobby. She says the first time I remember sweet tea is when she was in South Carolina. Well, when you drank your first glass of sweet tea, was you standing up or sitting down?
Or after you drink it, did you get up and run around?
Because it's like this. If you wasn't sitting, you were standing up when you drank it and was still standing, that was not sweet tea.
Yeah, you go down south and you see a gallon jar sitting out on the back of a truck or something. That's somebody that
knows how to make it.
Yeah.
And you will get shot if you think about taking that jar of spaghetti on the truck. Trust me. That's worse than finding the moonshine still.
Telling somebody sweet tea.
You damn right. Now, the chances are they would give you a glass of it if you asked for it, but you go grab that whole jar, something liable to happen to you.
That's like collard greens. Nobody knows what a collard green is up here.
Are
It's
you
like a
serious?
spinach, and they're saying,
What's
what do
spinach?
they call it a collard green for? And I said, well, and you try to explain it, and it.
Dude, that's like trying to explain a waitress that's never heard of mountain oysters. Explain that to a waitress that has no idea, and you want to be nice about it. It's pig nuts. That's all it is to it.
Yeah,
But-
kale. They do the kale up here too. Yeah,
Now, kale tears me up too bad.
it's not too bad, but I rather have collard greens than kale.
No, he lives in Ohio. He's northern, but he ain't that far north. Compared to Canada, he's still in the south. Now,
Yeah, I love
oysters,
collard greens.
I've
Oh,
ate
yeah. Folks out.
oysters,
Ooh,
but I've
Yeah,
never ate
folks out it.
smoked oysters. Poke salad, good. Yes, poke salad with eggs mixed in with your eggs. Man, you can't go wrong with that. Mustard greens, turnip greens,
we used to can it.
really.
Yeah, I remember one time got into a jar of it. My grandpa says, "I ain't ready yet." It's
Fried
good.
Now, Bobby says she got a can of collard greens once, and she was wanting to fry them up. Fried collard greens are good. Put bacon grease and fat
Not
back
with
in
a can. Not in a can.
Well, no.
That's
What?
like trying to fry a can
Oh,
of spinach.
No. Or try to fry a can of cabbage. Cabbage in a can. Yuck. That shit just flat out nasty.
Sauerkraut.
I think everybody up on here can cook Southern foods. Now, you want some good Southern food, cook.
I just
Go
have to grow
Oh,
it because they don't have collard greens up here. I don't even think they have turnip greens.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you what. Between the turnip and the greens, I'll give you the greens and eat the turnip myself. Right out of the ground. Knock the dirt off of it and go to town.
Yeah, my dad used to like eating the turnip.
Now, I will admit, some of them turnips has got a good kick to it. They got
Oh,
a good
yeah.
spice in it. You
I
gotta
like
be
'em. I like them roasted though. Kind of with bacon and garlic. Oh man, that's
careful
good.
with roasted turnips.
Oh, that's really good with bacon and garlic. Oh,
No, you didn't get. But we're gonna have to go to the grocery store. We're gonna have to try this.
beets are good too. Roasting beets.
Dude, but now look, pickled beets. Yeah, if they are done good, I could sit there and eat damn near a half a gallon of it by myself. fried oysters, raw oysters, oyster stew. Bring them on. That's great. Grace, I'm coming to your house for supper.
I like the when they're breaded and then fried oysters and
Fried.
oh, what do they call them? What kind of sandwich is it? Poor boy or yeah.
Oh boy,
And then
man.
that's another thing they don't got up here either.
Now, the first po' boy sandwich I ever ate was a shrimp po' boy sandwich. Dude, that was one of the best subs I think I ever ate. And
Edited?
the person, yeah, edited. The first person that cooked it, he was full-blooded Italian that made it. Yeah, I've not had a good one since then either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. Well, I know they don't know what Jeff's favorite dish is that comes in a styrofoam cup.
Dude,
Huh?
if you gonna say what I think you're gonna say, your ass is gonna be cleaned up the back room. You want to try it? Come on, let's do it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody know what chitlins is up here either.
Get the dust out of the corner while you're back there.
Something cheese pie sounds good.
Now, what was that?
Huh?
You know, to be
Yeah.
truthful about it, I thought you was gonna say something else.
What?
I ain't gonna tell you what I thought you was gonna say because you'd say it.
He was probably
Well,
thinking that.
chitlins is probably the worst thing that I know you said you don't like.
Oh God. Hey, look, this I didn't do
He-
that one.
He didn't even say anything.
I didn't do that. That wasn't me. For people in chat that do not know what chitlins are, give me a 1. Plain and simple. Because I know the biggest part of the chat knows what chitlins are. See what B. Charming posted?
Ooh, yeah, some cracklins. Ooh, that's good stuff.
Oh yeah. Crackling cornbread.
Especially when it's got a chunk of the fat still on it.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Chitlins are, biggest part of people are right. Well, 90% of people are right. They're hog intestines, is what they are.
Mm-hmm.
They are put in, depending on who's doing it. Sometimes they are clean, sometimes they are not. Biggest part of the
Yeah.
time, they're not. Okay. But regardless, clean or not, you're still eating what they ate before they were.
Yeah, I like the video where the girl goes in there and gets her a styrofoam cup full of chitlins, and
Man.
she got her boyfriend wings or something, and they get in the car and she opens the lid and he goes just from the smell, he's gone.
Oh,
If you think trust me, if anybody has ever smelt chitlins cooking just one time to your deathbed, you will always remember what they smell like.
oh yeah.
Unless you are raised up cooking chitlins, you will gag. No ifs, no ands, no buts about it. They put me, I worked for a pest control company. out of a pretty good sized city. They put me in charge of government apartments. Okay. And that's saying 90% of it right there. It was, I'm going to say in the fall. We went to one, I got out of the car, and the guy, he was with me. He goes with me to all of them. He got to laughing.
Just take a minute.
Yeah. And I said, man, something stinks. And he really got to laughing. So he knew what it was. He saved that one apartment to last. We walked up in that apartment, and closer I got to it, the worse it smelled. But when I stepped inside, I lost it. I had to come back 2 or 3 days later to do that apartment after the smell got out. And I'm sitting there thinking, for all those city people who has no idea what chitlins are, they just got schooled the hard way. Shanoa, he is probably right. But then again, how would he know what that smells like?
Oh,
They ain't never smelled it before.
Charlotte's still winning.
Who's still?
Charlotte Hornets.
Oh,
No, it's actually over now. 22-99.
They lost.
Guess who they beat? Guess
They
who
beat
they
the
beat?
Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
They watched the ball game.
Baseball, basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Yeah.
And football's over with.
Yeah, I know football's over with. They had a Super
For
Bowl
about
on
what,
Monday.
2 months? It's over. Till
August.
Till September.
Well, August they have the champion or the Hall of Fame game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I've never tried tripe. Don't even get me started with
I
snipe.
was going to say snipe. That's a fish, isn't it?
You ever been snipe hunting?
Huh?
You ever been snipe hunting? Shut up, Dixie.
I used to work.
Me and Wildlife will take you snipe hunting if you really want to go.
No, it's okay.
What is tripe? That's what, stomach?
Yeah, stomach of a cow.
That line in, yeah.
I've never had that either.
Yeah, man.
Big Charmin says it's a wandering bird. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That damn thing. I when I was a kid, I'd chase them damn things all over the place. I got real good at well, I don't even know what they call it. The little curved stick, not a boomerang, but something like it. I got real good at using those.
Bolos?
No, that's the swinging thing.
Yeah.
It's just a stick that's got a curve in it, and you throw it as a weapon, not a boomerang that comes back to you. Rabbit stick is probably something like that. I think you call it something else, but
It's used for rabbits, birds.
Yeah.
Throwing stick. Shit, I got a bunch of them in my yard. That's the reason me and
Well, you get a
wife-
good one and get good at it, and you take out some little critters.
You can take down some critters with a golf ball if you're good at it.
Well, if you grow up in the woods, you don't got no golf balls.
Now you got good size chunking rocks. I rolled God, I wish both of those guys was here to back me up on this. we were standing out in the field where we work at, and there was a critter. I'm not going to say what type, but he was sitting on the tongue of a trailer that you pull behind a pickup. I picked the rock up and I told my supervisor, no, guy, I said, watch this shit. I arched my arm back and tossed that rock. That critter was sitting there just looking at the rock coming at him. And when he realized, hey, that rock's coming for me, pow, right on his head. It didn't kill him or nothing, but it rolled him. And they kept saying, oh, that's luck. That ain't nothing but pure luck. When they let me out at the house, it was a bunch of squirrels playing. I said, all right, watch this shit. I picked up another good sized chunking rock and I threw it at that squirrel. And I rolled that squirrel about 3 or 4 times. And I looked at them and I said, is there any more doubt y'all have? I said, mess with me, I liable to hit y'all with a rock. They left.
Yeah, I remember there's times when I would honestly I was getting tired of eating beans and cornbread or fried potatoes or any vegetable. And if we wanted meat, that meant me going out there and getting something.
Yeah.
And that's where I got, well, until he bought me a slingshot, and then I got really good at a slingshot.
I love them things.
Yeah.
A slingshot or a bow. One of the two.
There's a grasshopper.
Nah, I wasn't allowed to have bow.
Well, no, I had a brother who shot the window out in the dining room, and he told Mama, "Oh, I didn't know it was loaded." Had a little shit, never did get in trouble for it. Now, if it
Yeah, I remember
tore up.
we played a game with shoot an arrow straight up in the air, and whoever ran lost.
I'd been the first one to run. Keep your eye on the arrow till it starts coming back down, so you know where it's going, and then run.
No, I never did. I always stood there.
Damn, if I would.
It got close a couple of times. I've seen them come within a foot of me.
You ever play chicken with a knife?
With a knife? You mean throwing knife, throwing it at your feet, or
Yeah.
or in between your fingers?
Well, between your feet.
Oh yeah. Well, I've done both, but
Well, I used to do it with the feet, and it got to the point that where me and the other person, our damn heels would be touching, and we would still put the knife between the feet. And there was a couple of times it got put between my toes, and same with him.
Get all your toes.
We are.
Mean boys.
yeah, I had the odd finger, but it was this finger. Got stabbed all the way through the bone.
Damn.
Ooh.
Doing that. Yeah.
We are.
I was like, you're not actually supposed to hit the fingers.
No, yeah, I mean, to me, you lost if you hit the fingers. You're supposed to stay in between them, but I can't run across nobody that has not hit their fingers doing
Oh
that.
yeah.
That's like playing chicken with a cigarette. I've seen people do that, and no, that's a little bit too much.
Yeah, that's why I got scars all up and down my arm.
Yeah.
There's one where you stick your arms next to each other, and you lay the cigarette down, and then whoever moves
First
loses.
loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's one. I've even seen them play it with cigars.
yeah, you didn't. Nobody wanted to play with me because back then I enjoyed the pain.
Yeah. I know. I would not. I'm not going to say I was raised up with him, but I knowed him. I would put him in the same category as you when it comes to pain. And he's got scars all over both of his arms playing that. And I cannot think of any time that he lost.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, we've been going 3 hours, 19 minutes, almost 20.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah. So
And we went and missed 101. He's live over there, and we forgot all about him.
101 ain't like.
Well, he said he was going to be live.
Well, he even missed the staff then.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's not on there.
I'm pretty sure he is not live.
No.
Oh, damn.
Candied orange slices.
I want an orange slice of cake. Never had it.
6 Florida oranges.
Hell, we ain't going to Florida.
1.5 finely packed dark brown sugar and sugar.
I actually may have somebody for
13th,
Friday. I'm not sure.
Really?
Yeah,
No, he's not live.
he's actually a big YouTuber. He's not big, but bigger than me. He's like in the 500,000
Shit.
range. A Canadian.
Okay.
Does a bunch of canoe stuff with canoes and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Okay. But I do know one thing. After the stream, I'm taking my tail to bed
I'm
because
sorry.
I'm sleeping.
No, you ain't.
It's past your bedtime.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it is. Well, I didn't have my nap today. I'll put it like it. I didn't take but a half hour. No, it was an hour nap, so I didn't have one. I just laid there with my eyes closed. But
Oh,
I know it.
make it make.
Wife asked me, Dixie said, "Did you even sleep?" I said, "Yeah," and run into the wall. You going live Monday?
Yeah.
Okay. And then after that, Vineyard Chicks will be going live after you.
And y'all just going on Sunday.
Yeah, and Sunday, aren't they?
10:30.
Are they going live this Sunday?
Who's that?
Vineyard Chicks.
Yeah, it should.
Let me see.
10:30.
At 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. Goes. The 19th. Really? They're scheduled for the 19th. I don't see for Sunday. Wait a minute. Hold it. 18th. Yeah. They're going live Sunday on the 18th at 6 o'clock with Simply Jan Homestead.
Yeah. And me.
You gonna be up at I'm looking at the tab. You're not up there.
Well, no, I go in at 6:30 too.
See, now how am I supposed to know that if you're not up there?
I was up there last week too.
I wasn't up there last week. I didn't see it. What is it, like a half hour of whoever? And then,
An an hour, 6 to 7.
You cut me short again. Listen to what I got to say first. A half hour to begin with, then you go on the second half hour.
Yeah, that would be an hour.
Duh.
Well, that's why I just got done saying. I just said it faster.
Well, see, in the South, we say things a little bit slower. We're more relaxed than y'all damn Yankees up there.
Well, Jan will be on there for the full hour. I'll just come in and join in toward the middle.
Your tail.
Would you hush up? You ain't helping things out. No.
I think White fell asleep again.
Wake
here.
up.
It sounds like it. It sounds like he woke up just to say, I'm here.
You gotta work some more.
Oh, I am not going to say nothing. Oh, so, all right. With all this, I'm going to say out. So everybody have a good what's left of Valentine's Day. And I hope everybody's week goes real smooth. So with that, I'm out. Y'all be good. Bye.
See ya.
Night, everybody.
Night.